Hello. Welcome to the Sea of Souls, a live stream Dungeons and Dragons campaign brought to you by the Elder Brain.
That was very.
I
thought you were doing like a. I thought you were doing like a Jacques Cousteau thing for a moment. That sounded very like documentarian.
That's kind of what I was thinking in my head. As that, I don't know. I didn't plan that. That just kind of.
Here we see the dungeon master
happened.
in his natural habitat. I guess that's more. I guess that's not really Jacques Cousteau.
More like
an
Attenborough.
Attenborough. Yeah, that's what I should have said.
Yes, David Attenborough. Or I could go to Steve Owen, Croc, look at this one down here. We are off track on record time, I think, with this intro. Amazing. Yes, welcome. Thanks for joining us for Dungeons and Dragons, where there are definitely dungeons and possibly dragons.
I mean, we found an egg last time, so
maybe.
Say for sure.
Maybe. Spoilers, Mike. Spoilers. Haven't done my recap yet.
Hey.
It's
Is it really spoilers if it was posted on Twitter?
That's true. I did post it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Please check out all of our socials, our links. They are down below. All of our lovely faces here. Go to our link tree, and our link tree can find all the links to all the things. And you can support us there. You can enjoy our content. You can join our Discord community and talk to us if we're interesting enough for you. So do those things. That's really it for announcement-ish stuff tonight. We're just gonna jump right in and play some D&D. So without further ado, let's weigh anchor, mateys.
Let's just jump right in.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
When we last left off our crew of 4 adventurers, we were inside the Tidewater Temple, high above the town of Valtir below, wreathed in chaos, with crowds amassing, riled up by the revelation of a false priestess and all the destruction and torment that they've suffered lately. Rioting has broken out, buildings starting to burn, warehouses, crowds getting caught up in the violence. And that's just Low Town. While in High Town, former nobles walk the streets as the undead, along with servants, and the escaped corpses from the recently opened crypts. In the temple, our 4 adventurers found the false priestess, Danica, performing some sort of strange ritual, seeming to summon energy, focus energy into what they eventually discovered to be a dragon egg. But not any normal egg. No life necessarily in here, but a presence. Dark, corrupted. A presence that doesn't seem to want anyone to come near it. Now, standing in the temple with the false priestess who revealed herself to be some sort of strange abyssal creature with starlight gaping through her face and elongated limbs and legs as she faded to stardust, as it were, after being slain. The sounds from the town below, from the riding, just kind of reach your ears through the walls of the temple. As you all stand around the central dais, where the open clamshell, symbol of Desfuna, stood before. And this egg sitting there, pulsing. The four of you are left with some decisions to make as we pick up where we left off last time. And so, gentlemen, there is sort of a calm in the midst of the storm, as it were, as you decide what to do next. And with that, I will turn it right over to you.
Well, Flick,
Yeah.
is that definitely an egg?
Is that definitely an egg? Yeah, it's egg shaped.
How can you tell if you haven't tasted it yet?
You do make a point.
Is it still like gathering power at this point? Like, is it safe to approach, or
It is not gathering power, but you do still feel, as you guys have kind of checked it out, tried to figure out what it was, you'd realize that there is sort of a undead, unholy, whatever presence in there, and you can still feel that that corruption, if you will, as you step close. It's definitely still there. There's still that power lingering. Yeah.
not to play to the stereotype, but perhaps it would be better if I Torque holds up the anchor.
I mean, I ain't got a better idea other than, that giant magic toilet about 200 feet straight down. You crush it, we flush it, we're done.
I'm not really in the mood for omelets.
This is
I'm gonna let that one pass.
I think this might be more akin to a century egg.
Have you ever?
maybe a.
Have you ever had a century egg before?
No, I'm gonna go there.
Torque has a bit of a curiosity. He knows enough that most like clerics and paladins and the like have some manner of like divine magic that lets them repel the undead. And now that he's got like the power of a god directly in him, he's wondering how that would interact with the undead egg.
Interesting.
So he's gonna approach slowly and just kind of hold his hand over the egg, claws kind of splayed out, just to see if there's like any kind of reaction or if there's any sort of sense that he gets off of it or anything.
Okay. Since you're going with the divine spark approach, go ahead and give me a religion check. I'll give you advantage because of the piece of Desfuna residing within you.
Okay. Oh, well, double 16s. So that's going to be a 21 after my modifier.
21, okay. There's a bit of a push and pull. You can feel sort of a resistance as you approach. That same almost kind of concussive shockwave that knocked you out last time, or that stunned you. I think you're the one who got stunned, right? Flick got knocked out. That kind of stunned you and left you dazed last time. It does kind of push back a little bit, but you managed to kind of almost do a bit of a push-pull tug of war with it. and you can feel there's definitely an unease from whatever this entity is as at your presence as you kind of draw close and you try to channel whatever essence of Disfuna currently resides within you and direct it towards this egg. It doesn't seem to harm it at all. There's not a pain, not a fear, more just you get the sense that this entity just isn't all that comfortable with your presence, but that's about it. It doesn't recoil. Nothing happens. The egg doesn't change or turn or isn't cleansed all of a sudden or anything like that. It's sort of just more like, ew.
Oh, can you tell what it is? Can you? Is it? Are we supposed to smash it? Are we supposed to take it?
I'm not sure if there's. I don't know if there's a clear-cut answer to that question.
So I will remind you as well. I missed this in my recap. You had put 2 and 2 together last time with, I think it was Dinar rolling, that there was the shadowy ghost-like winged figure that had escaped from the crypts that one night it had flown up, that you had kind of put 2 together was quite dragon-ish in form, and there's definitely a connection between the two, between that dragon shadow and this shadowy dragon egg.
Torque will turn to Dinar and say, Captain, I think this would be an appropriate time for you to weigh in. I know that these are matters that are probably beyond your ken, as they are mine, but given your lineage, it seems only appropriate that you decide what be done with this thing.
Well, on the one hand, it is a dragon egg. On the other hand, there's no way what's inside is still alive. So whatever might pop out of that egg is going to be an abomination at best. To the same token, there are a lot of powerful mages and clerics in this world. What's to say one of them couldn't possibly bring this thing back from the dead or the undead?
Sure. However, I will point out that a lot of those powerful wizards and clerics are currently dealing with a rather large problem of, the Driscades kind of taking over and destroying their stuff. I don't know if we want to carry that thing on our ship because it kind of looks like it's ready to pop. I don't want to fight no dragon.
No.
I mean, I tried whacking it a little bit, but I ain't got the torque, as it were, to really crack into that thing.
Let me try something. Dinar's gonna step in. He's gonna kind of shake his hands Indiana Jones style. Not gonna swap the egg with something else, but he's gonna light up his scales, and he's going to reach out and put 2 hands underneath the egg to cradle it, and in an attempt to pick it up.
Yeah, I think give me an Arcana.
Check?
Arcana check, yeah.
Okay.
Just give me your Arcana. Just give it to me. It's mine now.
You're no longer a wizard. Oh. All right. This one. Let's see. I'm so bad. That's a 3 plus 8 for 11.
11. Okay. You're able to kind of start to lift it a little bit. And as soon as you get it, even just like the fraction of an inch off, there's an immense force building resistance. You can't quite pinpoint what type of magic it is, but it feels like a trigger of some sort. Something has, like, you're picking it up. There's something brewing.
Oh, so it's not like it's being magnetically held in place. It's that if I pull it out, something bad's going to happen.
It's more that there is an arcane reaction, but you cannot determine what exactly the reaction is. But it happened as you started to lift the egg. There's like magic, but you don't know what it is. You don't know if it's good. You don't know if it's bad. You don't know what type of magic it is. You just know that something magical is reacting as you lift the egg.
Okay.
Within 11, that's the best that you get.
Yeah. So I still have 2 chaos dice left. Dinar is perhaps, maybe this won't do anything, but he's new with this true sight ability. So I'm going to spend a chaos dice to true sight to cause or cast true sight.
Okay.
So I
go ahead and roll me
D6.
a d6 for your
I rolled a 6. That's good, right?
Good things.
Hey.
A 6. All right. I will get you to roll me a D100, please.
D100. That one.
Boy.
And that one. Nope, that's a 12.
I'm
That
really hoping I don't regret standing right next to you for this.
I rolled a 58. Slightly better than half.
Okay. You have advantage on all skill checks for the next hour.
Hey.
Neat.
I'll take that.
That would have been handy, but
Quick, roll Arcana again.
With your true sight active, nothing changes about the appearance of the egg. It is there. It's an illusion. You don't see through it at all.
Okay.
What you do see is this tapestry kind of in behind you there. There is a pattern woven into the tapestry that would not have been seen otherwise. Now, this tapestry is a depiction of a great arcing wave with a trident kind of just piercing through the tip of the white cap of the wave, a feminine hand reaching out, kind of showing a picture of, Desfuna, kind of a depiction of glory, as it will, or her mastery over the seas. And in the wave itself, as your true sight kind of hits it, you see that there are these sort of dark threads. It's a language that you don't immediately recognize, and it doesn't seem to fit with what you know of Desfuna, what you know of this image. It's something darker almost. It just, the very look of it kind of is unsettling. The very look of the letters is unsettling. It just doesn't sit right with you. And it almost kind of creates this, right where the hand is kind of coming out of the wave, you just see these curves like this kind of just flowing out of it and like through the waves of these really twisted looking, ugly letters in these long flowing lines of text. And you can just see through the tapestry something like a pulsing glow, either almost like a darkish reddish purple, kind of coming from behind it. There's a bit of like a just this pulsing glow in behind.
But nothing
else in
from
the
the egg.
room peeks out. No, and the egg doesn't appear any different than what you already see of it.
All right. I guess seeing that, Dinar will shift his focus for a moment. Torque, you're pretty beat up. Why don't you stay here? Flick, there's something behind this tapestry over here.
Are you going to mention the writing?
I mean, yeah.
All right, I'll go take a look, Skipper. Hang on, I'm gonna go up and peek behind the tapestry and see what I see.
I'm going with them because I can point out, maybe what I'm seeing.
Torque will stay behind as instructed.
Okay. Peeking in behind the tapestry, you see a wall that just runs around and comes out the other side. Just a little bit of an arcing wall.
What do your goblin eyes see, always watching?
I see a wall. Sorry,
Fascinating.
back against it.
You're not seeing any kind of pulsing magical energy from that wall?
No, sir.
Okay.
I sort of flip the tapestry. Is it like hung like a curtain? Like could I like sweep it aside?
Yeah, like it's hanging off like there's like a solid rod up above, and it's a very finely
I'll
woven
just sort of
tapestry.
draw it aside.
Can we remove the rod and the tapestry from the holders?
So, one thing at a time here.
Yep.
Flick, as you touch that tapestry to move it, I would like you to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my best save. There's a 5 for you.
5.
It's a modified 5, by the way, just in case.
Flick,
A dirty 5.
as soon as you touch this tapestry, you get there's like a flash kind of in your eyes and in your head, and you just see darkness, but darkness not just as in like the absence of light, but as like a substantive darkness. This is a thing. This is a darkness that exists in and of itself, not just as where there isn't light. And it's kind of overwhelms you to the point where you just kind of stop for a second and you feel this dread, this sorrow just well up within you to the point that it's overwhelming. And you all see Flick's shoulders just kind of sag down for a minute. And Flick, you suddenly feel incredibly apathetic and hopeless. And just, what is even the point of any of this? You're really gonna fight a god? You're gonna save a town? Like, who are you? And why do you even care? Like, what's the point?
Hey, Flick.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, no, it's time to go o'clock, I think. We done here or what?
Well, there's
Clock.
still the egg.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not done
whatever.
here.
And apparently Dinar is hallucinating.
I am not hallucinating. Look, I have the ability to see things that apparently aren't there. Something magical
that
is
is
behind this
by
tapestry.
definition hallucinating.
This was
You're
This
not
was a
really
difficult-
reassuring me, Captain.
this was a difficult fight for all of us. Perhaps
The stress is getting to you, buddy.
I'm not hallucinating.
Yes.
I just see things that aren't there.
Well done.
There's
Well,
something
before we-
here.
Whatever you say. Hey, we need to keep an eye on the captain, I think.
Given everything else that we've experienced these last our entire lives, is it really that strange a concept that the captain might be seeing things that only he can see?
I suppose not.
All right.
I mean, we're currently having this discussion over a pedestal containing a zombie dragon egg. Doesn't that just strike you as a little fucking peculiar to begin with?
I mean, for us, that's just a Thursday.
All right.
That's the point I'm making.
Listen, there's something written on this tapestry. I can't make sense of it, but here. And Dinar's going to go over to the tapestry. He's not going to touch it because he's not sure why Flick's demeanor just changed, but he's being a
Are
little
Flick's
cautious.
ears like super drooped down?
Is he like a sad puppy now?
Yeah. He's just his whole like he's normally got that kind of like perky whatever. He's just
peppy, yeah.
Yeah, right now he's just like,
Hey, buddy, do you need a little song to get you going? You know, a little song and dance number.
so, Dinar, what exactly are you doing?
I can try a goblin tune.
So while Flick is Talen's trying to cheer up Flick, Dinar is going over to the tapestry and from a safe distance, he's going to kind of point out like, see, look at the line here. Like there's some kind of writing here, and Dinar's going to point out to all of the script that he's seeing. I don't know how visible it is to their eyes once it's pointed out. But does anybody understand what this says?
No check needed. The rest of you see nothing. You don't see it.
Nothing
got
there. It doesn't matter. Time to go.
You know, Dinar, maybe you should listen in too. I think you might just need to turn your brain off for a minute.
All right, look, does somebody have something to write with? Piece of charcoal.
Of course
Pencil.
I do.
Give it to you. Give me.
Torque will go see if there's any charcoal in these braziers that we were knocking over last session during the fight.
Oh wait, this was a bedroom back in here, wasn't it? I'm gonna go hang out.
Wait, Flick.
Gonna go post up on the bed.
All right.
Dinar is going to go back. Dinar's going to go into there as well. I
Quick
see
depression nap.
Dinar's looking for some paper that he can rip, like a book or a journal or anything that he can rip some paper out so that he can write.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff.
All right. So Dinar will then go back to the tapestry and transcribe what he sees as the language on the tapestry and then show it to everybody. Does anybody know what this says?
They all had goblin heads, covered in goblin hair, and goblin eyes, ears, nose, mouth, stretching from north to south. And with their goblin brains, they can spell their names. Goblin, goblin.
Charming.
All right, forget this. Dinar's going, you guys are going to have to sit around and wait.
Dinar.
Yeah.
So you show them, you write that language out, and you're showing it to.
Showing it to everybody.
Others.
Yeah.
Nothing that any of you immediately recognize. You're not sure if it's Dinar, his writing, or if it's an accurate representation, but like this is an ugly looking language. Like
Dinar, you got to work on your penmanship.
Really, like
that's downright ugly.
Like yeah.
I mean, if you want me to read it, I can read it, but
yes, please.
Book out. Ritual cast comprehend languages.
Well, that's what I was about to do.
Well,
as long as somebody does it.
Yep.
Now we know who the better wizard is.
Dinar, give me a straight intelligence check, please. Just straight intelligence.
Okay.
Determining the accuracy of your copying here.
Straight intelligence check. So roll plus my intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
That's a 19 plus my 4, so 23.
Okay, so a faithful scribing job here. I was gonna say sleight of hand, but I feel like this it's more understanding how much of a section to kind of write down and stuff. So, so Flick, as your spell kicks in, you immediately recognize this language as abyssal.
to no one's surprise.
And the words are a little bit surprising, if the language itself, not so much. You're like, oh, okay, abyssal, less things as abyss. The portion that Tanar copied, it's fragmented. It's not really a full sentence, and it's not a spell. It's not an incantation, but it's almost more of a signature, if you will. Almost a bit of kind of pride in this writing, the ability to kind of, what's hidden here. The name is actually given of who wrote this as you read the name of Silas Vale, who declares his unwavering devotion not to Desfuna, but to Umbra, the god of darkness and undeath, whom he calls the Master, the Lord of Shadow, amongst other titles.
Didn't we see a shrine to Umbra downstairs?
Yes, you did.
Huh. Yeah, so looks like the Vale family's been rotten for years, to no one's surprise. Generations. How old that tapestry look?
Very old.
Yeah.
Somebody can give me a history check if they want.
I don't want anything.
No, you don't. You don't care.
Sure.
So, yeah, reasons for saving this town. The list was already pretty damn short. It just got shorter. So,
I don't agree with your outlook.
Oh, damn.
Take that.
Dinar rolled a,
Provost.
Dinar,
I disagree.
9 plus 8, 17 for history. On the
History?
tapestry.
Okay. You gather this tapestry is probably a good 600 or 700 years old.
Ooh.
In that range. It looks like it probably has been here as long as the temple. So likely dating back to the founding of Tyr by the Vale family. It's old.
Okay, so-
founded on Shrine of Evil. Remind me again why we're trying to save this joint. Is just let the black tide roll in. It's gonna anyway, like it does everywhere else. Let's just move on and save our own skins for once.
Look, yes, Flick, the Vale family is deep-seated corruption and evil. But the innocent people of Vale, the citizens, the people down there, they don't deserve to be swallowed up by the blackness. They don't.
They can fend for themselves just like we do, right?
This seems like a sudden shift in outlook.
Nah, just
I know that our last fight was a
something.
bit taxing, but this feels like more than just simple pessimism.
Am I the only one who's not crazy anymore?
Potentially,
You
yes.
talk to people in your head, so no.
Doesn't everybody?
All right, Torque, do me a favor. Grab one end of the tapestry rod. I'm going to grab the other. Let's see if we can take it down from the wall so that I can see what's behind.
As you wish, Captain. Torque will take his position on one side.
Don't
I will
touch the
get
actual
both of
tapestry.
you- I will still get both of you to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Dang it. I was hoping that the metal rod would be fine. Oh, what's my charisma like? Brutal. This is going to be fantastic.
I've got a +2.
it's twice my bonus.
Well, I rolled a 3 plus 1 for 4.
I rolled a 16.
Ooh.
16. Dinar, what did you get?
A total of 4.
Okay. So Dinar, same thing that happens to Flick is there's just a kind of a flash of this tangible blackness, darkness in your mind that just seems to sap out all empathy, energy, any desire to do anything, to care. It's just Flick suddenly makes a lot of sense. Yeah, why are you saving this place? Like, it's built on evil. Like, do you really want to get involved in this? You guys are rich now. Like, you just like take off and live out the rest of your days in luxury and screw this place.
Technical question.
Yeah.
Does this happen as soon as I touch the rod, or have we like lifted it up a little bit?
Nope. As soon as you touch it, and your hand just kind of, you touch it, and then you're just like, so Janara's hand just kind of drops off of it. Torque, you feel a flash. There's like a momentary kind of like a flinch almost like, you know, when you feel like you just touch like something that's got a little bit of a current in it, and it's like, ooh. Yeah, so you kind of like, there's like a, you kind of shake it off and like you keep reaching for it and you start lifting, and you notice as you're lifting up the rod that Dinara's hand has dropped, and he's just kind of standing there now. He's just kind of like,
Captain, are we still moving this?
You know what? No, don't bother.
Did Torque feel anything like wash over him, or was it just?
I mean, I definitely felt like something try to happen to me. So I feel like I'm aware that yes, it is the tapestry that's causing this to happen.
With given Flick's reaction after touching it, and Dinar now as well, and you feeling that little bit of a, yeah, I'd say no roll insight, or like there's enough pieces there for you to go, something has affected these guys. Something has definitely
well, it's definitely related to this. Unceremoniously just gonna rip the tapestry off the wall.
Ooh.
Whoa.
You, Torque, for a moment, you swear that you like almost hear a scream of like rage from the tapestry yourself, as if like a it's weird. As the tapestry is falling, there's just a wall. But as the tapestry kind of hits the ground, you can see now that where Dinar was kind of trying to trace out to you and show you like where those lines were, you see there's like almost like a burning as this symbol comes through, and it appears to be a great spiral and coming out from where the hand of the Sphuna reaching out is. And so there's these like spiraling arcs of text that just kind of come out of it, like a spiraling sun shape almost, that all just kind of burn the tapestry, and the entire tapestry starts to kind of like sizzle and fray until it just blackens and turns to ash. And where there was just a tapestry, where there was just a wall behind the tapestry, almost as if it's kind of fading into existence, you see a door. A nondescript door, solid stone, no markings on it, and a very, very simple button. Not even like a knob or a latch, just a circular stone button set into this plain stone door.
Torque will just kind of like kick the remnants of the tapestry aside with his foot and just be like, all right, are we done being a bunch of gloomy gusses then? Can we get on with it?
Are we?
You guys, Flick and Dinar, you still don't care. You still feel like, whatever.
I'm going to take my cut of the platinum and go start my own town, except with hookers and blackjack.
You go ahead and do that then.
Now, hold on. Cork, what do you know that I don't? Flick should have lost his mind when I sang him that song. It's a traditional goblin folk tune. I learned it just to make him happy.
Torque points to the smoldering tapestry on the floor and then points at Dinar and says, this tapestry makes you generally just unpleasant to be around if you touch it.
Oh,
That's one way to put it.
What would have happened if I touched it?
Either way, I'm not sure if its magic has been spent yet, so try to step around it when you approach. And as Torque says that, he's just gonna hit the button on the wall.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we can't just let them go.
No, we're going to take them with us, of course.
Oh, why? What is the point?
Captain,
Comfy.
respectfully, when you get out of this stupor, you'll thank me.
We are wasting our time. We should just get out of here. They got a friggin' dragon egg. Like, come on.
How about
What are we
this,
gonna
Dinar?
do?
If you don't come down with us, Torque's gonna smack you upside the head.
I might actually do it. My patience is very thin after everything we've just been through. And respectfully, Captain, I've spent 10 years wallowing in my past mistakes, so I'm much more partial to action now. Does anything happen when he hits the button, by the way?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you guys to have that dialogue. I didn't want to interrupt. As you kind of punch in the button, it sinks into the stone door. And the door, you expect that kind of slow, like grinding open, but it just silently, no sound at all, swings open. And there's a long, oddly shaped passage on the other side, which you come to think of it now, putting everything together, this place is somewhat trident shaped.
Oh,
At least the top of it has this trident shaped feel to it. There is a glowing red light at the end of this passage, and you feel again, it's not like an outright evil, or you just feel like almost like an emptiness, like what you saw come over Dinar and Fleck. There's almost like a palpable version of that beyond this door, where it's just the air is just thick with entropy.
oh, wonderful.
The smell of death, the taste of emptiness.
Well,
Hey, have you guys noticed this place is shaped like a fork?
What is that?
I don't know if we're in any position to explore this, but in for a copper piece and for a gold.
Dinar, you know, you're bleeding profusely. Would you like me to solve that?
Oh, whatever.
Torque will step inside.
What about you, Torque? You're leaving a massive trail of gore.
Talon, are you? Sorry, what are you doing? Are you healing Dinar?
There's just like a snail trail of blood.
No,
Yeah.
no, I am very low on spells,
Okay.
so if they're denying it, I will acquiesce.
Okay. Torque, you see at the end of this spire, this one piece of the trident, as it were, Tine?
Fine, yes.
Tine. It's like, I know there's a word I'm thinking of. Just hope that it came to me in time.
The funky bit.
Mm-hmm. You see a statue reminiscent of what you guys had found in the depths far below, where there were those two little idols. One was of Umbra, and one was another one that you weren't able to ascertain the entity of. All that there was the name Toe, but it didn't mean anything to you. This is an idol of Umbra, and it has power emanating off of it.
What do you see, Torque?
Talon, come in here and tell me if the Priory ever briefed you on anything like this.
Me?
Well, you seem to be the only one that still has your wits about you for a change.
I always have my wits about me.
Just
All right,
get in here, please.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, look at that. That's shiny. What do you think it's worth?
I'm not sure if touching it would be within our best interest right now.
I didn't say I was going to touch it. I just asked what it was worth. I will make a
It
religion check.
appears to be radiating some sort of sinister energy.
Ah, yes. Well, it is a religious artifact. 23.
23. Yeah, this is not a minor idol. This is a symbol of power. And it looks to have been entrenched here for a long time. Not something that was necessarily placed like, after the fact, but it's been here again, almost seemingly as long as this temple. So on the on where this door was completely hidden, you've got this tapestry and this main chapel to Desfuna, and behind it this entire time there is this pulsing, powerful idol of Umbra, the god of undeath.
Yeah, that's one of them sinister artifacts of the Umbra god. I remember seeing a depiction of that in one of the books. It was actually quite interesting. The artwork was fantastic, very inspiring.
So it seems that some, possibly many, of the Veils claim to be of allegiance to Desfuna, when in reality they were secretly worshipping Umbra.
Well, I mean, how does that even work? I mean, if you build a temple to one god, but then you secretly hide relics to another god inside of it, surely that ticks both of them off.
Unless Umbra is a god which prefers to be worshipped in secret.
Because it's the god of the shadows.
That would be my guess.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not much of a theologian.
So what, we destroy that then?
Talon, what Torque is saying, like, as you guys are putting your heads together, that kind of makes sense of like, yeah, secret of God, god of death, god of shadows, darkness.
Oh,
usually not out in the open. Like, hey,
it makes
worship
perfect.
Umbra.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me, and I understood it immediately. But Talon's
Yeah.
adult.
At any rate, I'm very wounded, and half of our
I
group
offered.
is-
Look, I'll close some of your wounds, patch your rents, and batten your hatches.
unless you can cure the malaise that has affected the other half of our group.
Well, I tried my
this
best.
is maybe
Look, I can
something
sing.
that we should leave for now.
I can sing more songs.
At any rate, this statue doesn't seem to be doing any immediate harm. So
I can destroy it from here. Just a real sharp blast of vocal power.
if you think that's safe. Otherwise, this is maybe something that we should table until
maybe we should get the priestess
look
to
after
look at
Eddard.
it. Get Sancho to look at it.
Possibly. In the meantime, Torque turns his attention back to the egg. Danica was attempting to hatch this egg, which means that it was of value to her.
Are we able to determine like the radiation coming from the statue and like the whole eggness of the egg? Like, are we able to link? Like, could we say that the statue is egging on the corruption?
Give me a religion or arcana check.
I will make
One, either one works here.
a religion egg check. 23.
23. There would seem to be a connection. The glow that's kind of pulsing off of this egg does seem to be pretty close to that kind of emanating from the statue as well. That same feeling of darkness, of dread. So there's definitely a linkage.
Hey,
The two are connected.
hey, Torque, are we not supposed to touch the egg?
Well, the captain touched it, and that didn't seem to have any effect on him. It wasn't
right.
until he touched the
I'm pretty
tapestry.
sure now. You know, I may just be a small urchin child who doesn't know anything useful, but I do think, based on the fact that they've got a statue back there emanating all that sinister egg salad, and we've got this this nice poached artifact here. I have a feeling that there's a little bit of a connection here. I think that statue might be infusing or combining some kind of essence with this here draconic implement.
You want to destroy the statue then and see if that stops the
Well,
flow?
it's got to be one or the other, right? Destroy the statue, free the egg. Destroy the egg, the statue stops doing whatever it's doing.
Let's try
Or
the
we move
statue
it.
first. Let's try the statue first then, because it would be... I'm still undecided on what to do with the egg. I think that it might be useful in flushing Eddard
Okay.
out of hiding, if need
Well,
be.
I would suggest we hide behind the wall, and I will guide the vocal powers around the corner heroically.
Very well. This way, Captain. Torque will just literally, just as he goes, just grab Dinar by the collar of his shirt and just drag him over to behind cover.
Okay.
Because he's probably not going to listen otherwise.
Alrighty. Here we go. Let's destroy a statue. It's not every day I get to actually deface property for a good cause.
Oh, sorry, you're saying you're grabbing Dinar, right, Torque?
Yeah.
And pulling him over? Yeah. So Dinar, okay.
What?
Take
Just
cover,
follow
everybody.
me, Captain.
All right.
Nope,
Shiver
blankets are
my
mine.
timber, shiver my sails. Dead men tell no tales. Shatter.
Hey.
The statue has to make a con save.
Statue has, a con save. Interesting. It can't.
Don't say it that way.
Right.
It's a statue.
I think
or an idol.
objects are just treated as having 10 in every stat for the purpose of...
It can't. It cannot make a save.
Or it's just an object and does not have to make the save. It just takes the damage.
It is an object.
Yeah, non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. All right, so shatter. Boom! 20 thunder damage.
Okay. So there is definitely a thunderous, which like echoes off the walls, and thanks to the acoustics, reverberates directly in your direction. You're like, whoa! You kind of feel it as it like is almost channeled down. You watch some of the tiling on the floor and like on the walls, some of the stones like chip a little bit.
Holy cow! I'm awesome.
The statue itself, you see as it kind of like definitely cracks. Part of it breaks off, and you can see this big crack go through it, down through the dais that it's sitting on as well. And as it kind of splits open, there is a faint bluish glow that seems to be coming up from within, beneath. There's something under.
We got blue glowing stuff. Want me to do that again?
Warcraft,
if it's
it
not-
ain't our business.
If it's not completely destroyed, then that might... Yes. Just do it again.
Are you sure? Hey, Dinar, want to look at something shiny?
Does it look bad? Does it look like it's going to like explode violently and harm us in some way?
It's just that like beneath the cracks, there's like a blue glow, right? Like that's the entirety of it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out I'm running out of juice. If I throw another one of those at that statue, I don't have anything left for the egg.
Doesn't matter.
It's your
Yes,
call. It's your call, Talon. I'm not sure what to advise in magical matters.
Well, yeah, me neither, really. Could I like make an additional, I don't know, another religion check to be like, does this make any sense?
I'll give you advantage on it, yeah.
Okay. I only know a little. Oh my God, I'm on fire today. 24.
Wow.
There was
There you
definitely
go.
a lessening of that oppressive apathy as you shattered the statue. It's still lingering there, but it's definitely weaker than it was. So you do seem to be having an effect on Umbra's presence, whatever the enchantment.
But I would know that it's not fully destroyed.
It's not fully gone. It's still there. It's lingering.
And
but
is the blue light like, or is that sort of supposed to represent like the inner power of the statue?
No, it's definitely coming. This says the blue light has nothing to do with the statue itself. It seems to be coming from beneath. Like it's not connected to the statue. It's more
coming from below the statue.
Something. Yes.
Excellent. We're gonna blow the statue up again. That's what we're gonna do.
Tailend, why are you wasting your energy on this?
I like destroying things.
I mean,
it's not a lie at all, really. It's,
That is less damage.
that is significantly less damage. That is 9 thunder damage.
you don't fully destroy the statue, but you do break off another chunk of it. The pedestal, the dais underneath it as well, breaks open significantly enough now that you can see that underneath it there is an opening in the floor, and there is this light that is coming up from below it. The statue, it's hanging on by a thread. You can, like, just because of that, your heightened sense of religion, of the divine, both, you know, the evil and good. It's so faint now that you're confident. You're like, if I could just destroy this thing, if I could totally break this, and basically and by doing so, what's the word I'm looking for? When you destroy something religious, when you
Desecrate.
desecrate, that's the one. Yeah. By destroying it, essentially desecrating the power of Umbra, the imagery of Umbra here would do it.
Right. Time for the black powder route.
Well, look, Talen's making more obnoxious noise. Who would have guessed?
So if you're shooting at it, you will have to make an attack.
Yes,
It does have an AC.
13.
13 will hit it.
Hooray. 9 piercing. That's embarrassing. Okay. It's the same damage that my shatter did.
Shatter. Just hanging on by a thread. You finally pull out the pistol, load it.
Way, hey, blow the man down.
As the echo of the shot kind of reverberates around, the bullet catches that last kind of spot holding, you know, the crux of the statue together, and it just goes through for a second and nothing happens, and then it kind of crumbles and breaks open, and you can see now as this statue, the entity, it seems to be almost like formed using some sort of magic, shaping as opposed to like carving or anything, and it just kind of turns into this strange, like reddish purple dust. The dais itself, which is more stone, but weakened stone, it would appear, it's been here a long time. It's quite old. It's been weathered, even kind of where it's sitting, you know, by different shaking and stuff. It is now split right open. You can see not a broken hole, but actually a constructed opening. You can see that it's got, like, you know, fine square edging. From what you can see, that actually looks like there's a trap door or some sort of great opening beneath it. Moments after the shot reverberates around, the statue cracks. Flick, you have a moment, you're just kind of laying on the bed and you're just like, why are you on a bed? You're not tired. You got stuff to do. That apathy kind of sloughs off of you, almost like it was like a weighted blanket, and not the pleasant kind, an unpleasant weight. And a moment later, Dinar as well, you kind of like shake your head and you're like, why is it being so angry? and that that negativity just kind of seems to fade away. You remember what you said. You remember those feelings, and you can now sense that it was from like that's not. You're like that's not me. Why? That was strange, but it seems to have fading out. It's left you a little bit tired. It's left you a little bit like not to the point of exhaustion, but that apathy took a toll on you.
I think I got it. There's like a hidden entrance or something down there.
Flick is gonna sort of clap his hands and kip up. Taylor, you did a great job, but you didn't do that song justice at all.
Hey!
Appreciate the effort and all, buddy. But
it wasn't your best.
See,
I didn't write it. It's a goblin song.
Well then, you let the goblin sing the goblin shanty. Come on now.
The goblin in the bar assured me that I sang it better than anyone he'd ever heard.
I bet.
Well, that's Torque. I believe I've solved the moping problem. Just a right good amount of thunderous explosions always cheers everyone up.
Yes, much appreciated. I was beginning to feel rather depressed myself listening to these two drone on. No offense to you both, of course. I understand it wasn't particularly fun for you.
Consider that payback for the amount of moping you did when we first met.
Mm.
I mean, I tried to pack in 10 years worth in the last 10 minutes, but you know, it's hard to do, eh?
Noted.
I don't know how
Paige
to
was
explain
Paige
what
was
came
still
over us.
hanging out way down by the doorway. Just FYI reminder. So I don't know if you dismissed her at this.
No,
this point or
she.
not, or...
I will resummon her
Okay. Yeah.
just to make sure. All right.
What I mean, I heard you guys talking, but I didn't care at that moment. What exactly was it that you found down the hallway?
To talk about it.
It
Devin,
was
you're mute.
it was a hidden passage beneath the statue of Umbra, which I blew up.
You blew up a statue of Umbra. Okay, that's a good
Yes.
start.
I've definitely heard the blowing up part.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Did anything change
Very
with
cathartic.
the egg?
I
Dinar's
need to
gonna
look at the egg.
Dinar's gonna go over and inspect the egg. Does it appear any different?
Nope.
Dinar will reach out and try to grab it again. Does he still feel the same kind of resistance?
Give me an Arcana check again.
Oh, jeez.
I'll give you
boy.
advantage on it this time because you've done this once before.
Okay. Thank you.
It's been a minute.
Oh, for crying out loud. I mean, my Arcana is very high, which is thankful, but I just rolled 2 4s. So, 12.
Wow.
It's one better.
It is, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's right. I rolled an 11 last time. Hey,
Good.
we're laughing.
The egg, it doesn't want you to pick it up. You get the feeling that if you like actually tried to remove it, that a spell or an effect would go off that may not be pleasant.
I was gonna suggest
get-
inspecting the pedestal, maybe. Like, is there anything special about it? Or is it just like a piece of furniture they dropped the egg on?
So it was what previously had when you first came in here when you arrived in Tyr. So there was an ornate sculpture of like an open clamshell that was sitting on top of it that had a glowing blue pearl in the inside, and that was sort of the shrine of Disfuna, and it was sitting on top of this very same pedestal. So it looks like the pedestal itself is just
It was just furniture.
a pedestal. Yeah.
They've repurposed
it's-
that piece of furniture and they've moved. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's no like inscriptions or anything here to worry about. All right. What's with the blue glow? Let's. D says we don't move the egg yet. What's
Adventure.
Maybe a brief respite and then adventure.
At least a brief
Torque
respite.
says
Yeah.
with 18 hit points.
What I suppose not too much time has passed since the ambush, so it's what, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, it's like
midday.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe give it some time for Tenshu to get up here. I feel like she should really be involved. I don't know if she's still too injured to do much, though.
Well, like the darks, when Dark Flick was talking, he was thinking lots of bad things about Tonshu.
Nega Flick.
Yeah. And
Negative.
Nega Flick might not have been wholly wrong. Like, are we completely sure she's on the up and up, considering how nefarious the rest of the Veils have been?
You do have a point.
Yeah. Because for all intents and purposes, like, yes, these are shrines to Umbra, but it seems like the other Veils in town right now are serving Triskades. So, is Tonshu actually a priestess of Umbra and not Desfuna, and the others are just worse than she is, or?
Regardless of her family's history, she is trying to depose someone who has objectively made this island a worse place to live. And for that reason, I think that she's trustworthy.
I suppose we could always keep an eye on her when we mention the name Umbra and see how she
Well,
reacts.
I'm always watching. Don't you worry, buddy.
All right. Me and Torque are pretty beat up. Talon and Flick, do you guys mind going to get Tonshu while we sit here?
I guess.
We can
not.
rest once you get back. Or we could all just go, whatever.
Well, I don't think we should leave this place. I agree with that, at least.
She was like injured and carried off in the crowd.
Yeah, I think she had
right?
like a broken bone or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
got knocked
I
out.
mean,
Like she was like on death's door, basically.
at any
And then
rate, checking
Millie
in
had-
on how she's doing would probably be good.
I mean,
Millie
we
had taken over, like binding her wounds,
we've-
caring for her, but yeah.
we've definitely taken care of the major threat here. We don't know what's down there. It might be worth taking a quick look around, possibly with Paige, just to, make sure that if we decide to hunker down here for a bit, we're not going to all of a sudden have a bunch of them friendly uglies come up.
Sure, yeah.
Fruglies.
All right, kid, go take a look. And I will put my senses into Paige and go look in the blue hole here.
They're like those stuffed animals, the fugglers. Look those up. They're horrifying.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Those ones with, like the human teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. All right, you looking through Page,
Oh,
Oh,
looking down, looking down through the opening. It is a sort of a trapdoor opening, if you would, that the altar or the statue had been covering. There is a metal ladder leading down. Looks about a good 30, 40 feet or so. And you can just make out at the bottom, there is a chamber with sort of this coral blue color to the stonework. And there seems to be a fountain with trickling water that you can just kind of see beyond the edge of the hole down. You can hear the running water, though. There are blue lines on the floor in a circular pattern that seem to be the source of the light that are glowing. Give me an Arcana check, Flick.
Go Flick.
I can do. Kablam. How's a 25 work for you?
Really well. It looks like these lines, that the light coming off of them is more faint than they should be. As if the power is waning.
Okay.
The light of the enchantment on these blue circles has waned, has lessened, and is
So they're like big, thick lines. They're only giving off a little bit of light, kind of thing.
yeah, and they're dimming, and they seem to be They should be like this bright blue, right? Like really catching, like like cerulean sky blue, and it's just kind of like the faint, like almost like a pale baby blue, kind of just there when it should be like.
All right. Is there visible exits from that chamber, or?
Not that you can see from looking down. But are you sending Paige like?
I'll fly
down
down
and in.
Yep.
Okay.
Be within 100 feet, I think, is the range that I can.
Okay.
So
So-
are Dinar short resting while this is happening, or?
Well, I think we were just going to double check that there wasn't anything horribly offensive down there, and then if it was relatively safe, then we could try the short rest.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to take a short rest and then all of a sudden have a bunch of grooves show up and be like, well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As Paige kind of lowers in, you can see now that there is a door immediately across the chamber from the ladder. It's about 25 feet wide. There's another door to the right at the top of the chamber. There's 2 doors on either side of the ladder. And then on to the left, the bottom of the chamber, there is a double door that is open, revealing a long passageway. The doors to that passageway seem to have been split and cracked, broken. There's some crumbled bits laying on the floor. In front of the single doors, there is strange runes of some sort that are that same kind of purpley red glow.
Okay. The broken doors, they're broken in or broken out?
They seem to be broken towards
into this room?
chamber. Yeah.
All right.
It looks like they would move in, but they kind of be broken and they're just not in good shape. Yeah, they're just bashed in. But from that other side.
Nobody to see down there though.
You don't see. You can give me a perception check with Paige if you'd like.
Sure. Oh, wait a minute. I think I've got a button for that too. Page's perception. Haha. Click that. There we go. 18.
You don't see anything. You hear the gurgling of water from the fountain. And from somewhere beyond that door, those double doors, you do hear, after a moment, kind of like a scraping of stone on stone. Something else like rock crumbling. And you hear kind of a low.
Yeah, there it is.
All right. So, I think we're pretty safe to rest. I will keep Paige perched on the ladder. I'll keep my perception in Paige. We'll watch out for any baddies coming up, and everyone else can have a little breather up here.
You'll keep your eyes on the page.
Uh,
Okay. So you guys going to? Are you short resting? Are you long resting? Are you
I
unconsciousing?
say a
for a
full
week?
24 hours.
Well,
We might not have that kind of time.
we probably can't long rest, right?
I would suspect not.
So
To be fair, we should be okay for a short rest. Like you and I both have ways to get spell slots back on a short rest. I don't know if Flick does. And Torque, are you good on rages?
I think for now at least. I've only used 2 since my last long rest.
Okay, so then we should be okay for a short rest. I don't want to do a long rest until like the day's done.
Understandable.
Flick, we're all good then.
I mean,
There's absolutely nothing down there that could come and kill us.
I hear there's definitely stuff down there, but it's not coming for us quite yet.
All right, so maybe someone keeps an eye on the statue or what's left of it.
I got Paige. Paige is on lookout. I'll look through Paige. We're covered.
Okay. Where are you guys setting up shop for?
We may as well go to
Park in
that
your
room
butts.
with the bedroom, with bed in it.
Probably
There's,
kill
there's
your
chairs
place.
and a bed. We can rest. Looks
There's
like
food.
there's some food there, yeah. So we can kind of recoup
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, as long as I can stay within 100 feet of Paige, which shouldn't be too hard. How
Yeah.
far down was that chamber? Did you say like 20?
It's about 30 to 40 feet.
20? Okay,
Oh.
so
But if she's if you're like the top of it, it looked like it was probably about 10 feet tall.
Okay,
Like 10,
so-
10-foot ceiling. So
Yeah.
if Paige was to hang it like at the bottom ladder, then you're probably looking at like say 30 feet vertical
30
and then
feet down. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So Pythagoras says it's pretty easy to stay within.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. All right. Good. Then I will do that. So yeah, Paige just basically perched on a ladder rung, got eyes on that open door. And we will try to short rest.
So you guys can go ahead and do what you need to with the short
Song
rest.
of Rest.
Ooh.
Oh, so that's an extra D6?
I'm just double checking. Yes, an extra D6 hit points.
I'll go ahead and roll that first, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, for
Three.
God's sake.
I also rolled a 1.
I can't remember. Do we add our Constitution modifier to
Not-
every hit die roll?
Not to the
or-
song. Not to the Song of Rest.
But to
Oh,
every
Song
hit
of
die you
Rest.
roll, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
to every hit die, but the Song of Rest is just that an extra. Yeah,
All right.
Right.
It
Okay.
adds a D6 to your first hit die, is what it does.
basically, yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty good.
And I will use my arcane recovery and get a first level spell slot back.
Natural recovery.
Ba-bam.
So you guys are all hanging out in the room, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's
I'll just pull you all over there while you're.
Ooh,
2 more.
that's not so good.
Another
Sorry, I'll stop narrating my
Four
heal.
in there.
Well, the important thing is I got my action surge back, so everything else it's gravy from here on out. So
And then we're adding. You had your con modifier to all the rolls as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm back up to full. I spent. Math.
You
9
spent
minus
math?
I spent six of my hit die. I'm back up to full.
Remember
and-
to update your D&D Beyond so that the Twitch overlay shows.
The non-existent Twitch overlay.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah,
has
this
it
is
not
still
been
broken.
working?
That's right.
No, it's not. It
Ah.
doesn't exist. It's
My bad.
okay.
I'm a level 9 mage or wizard, so I can get back 5 spell slots.
So as we are taking this short rest, now would be a good point for we players to take a short break, I believe.
As well, yeah.
A little bit earlier than normal, but we're almost kind of at that 9:30 point, and it's a good spot to take a break in the action. So we will take a break. We will refresh ourselves, and we will be back shortly. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.
Hey Elderbrain Collective, if you've been enjoying our live stream D&D campaign and want to support us, there are many ways you can do just that and we would be super grateful. Seriously, it'd be awesome. First, of course, make sure you're following us on Twitch. Once we get our 50 followers goal, we can make our stream even better with subscriber perks. Then, be sure to follow our Twitter account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post stream VODs as well as additional content coming soon. Of course, you can listen to audio transcripts of our stream on Podbean if that's your preference. Of course, you'll miss out on our handsome faces, but you get our incredible voices, so it's pretty good. You want to hang out with the collective and chat D&D and, well, everything else? Head over to our Discord server. It's open to anyone who wants to join. Finally, we've just launched our Patreon page, which is the optimum and best way to support us. That's redundant. Optimum is best. Each tier gets you additional perks, including exclusive Discord emotes, monthly digital content, behind-the-scenes info and creature stats, and, for the truly faithful, you can even gain power over the PCs in-game, live on stream, and have an impact on what happens next. I think that's pretty awesome. We'd love your support. You can find the links to all of our sites on our link tree. Check out linktr.ee/elderbrain, linktree/elderbrain. We hope to see you joining us soon as a member of the collective. Happy gaming, everyone.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Hey ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho the sea of souls. Way oh the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Greetings, wary travelers. My name is Mike, and I will be playing the role of Dinar Neurixius, Dragonborn Wizard on the Sea of Souls. Allow me to get into character and we can learn a little bit more about this pale golden dragon. Being chosen is supposed to be a good thing. Chosen by the gods to serve a purpose. However, it can mean facing a life alone. I was born in our homeland, Drakor, in the east. And though these scales are supposed to be a blessing, I was reviled by so many. I could see their jealousy, could feel their stares. My own people shunned me, and so I left. I still drew stares when I arrived in Stormhaven. It's hard to miss these scales. But the dwarves were far more accepting of me. I learned I could put my magic to good use out on the seas, so I served aboard a ship, adding my arcana to their arsenal. Maybe one day I'll return home. Maybe they will welcome me as Verithan's champion. Or at least, as kin. For now, though, life among the Gungrim is good. I am used to standing out here, used to towering over this good folk. But what they lack in size, they make up for in heart.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I play the goblin Flick Dogslicer, an Eldritch Knight fighter. Once upon a time, there was a goblin named Flick. That's me. He was a good egg, but as a recently emancipated man, he didn't necessarily have the firmest grasp on the rules of free society, and often ended up on the wrong side of the law. So anyway, I'm in this back alley, minding my own business, rooting through the trash, when this old guy in a blue dress and a big floppy hat with stars and crap all over it comes out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my god, it's a goblin," and starts shooting fire out of his hands at me. So I shanked him. I didn't mean to kill him per se, but, heat of the moment and all that. Now even I knew how this would play out with the guard, so I'm looking for a quick escape. But this old guy didn't even have the courtesy of carrying a coin purse, just this big stupid book. So, yoink, and I beat feet to the pier and sign aboard the first ship that's looking for crew. Long story short, with enough time and patience, even a bozo like me can figure out a little magic from that big old book. I joined a good crew and enjoy my life as a seafaring mercenary, trying to keep ahead of the law and maybe make a coin or two for myself. The end. By Flick.
Greetings, tale seekers and story watchers. I am Devon, medieval enthusiast and D&D veteran since my 11th birthday when I received the 3rd edition starter set. Led to a bit of a collection. I will be playing the part of Tayland Wavesinger, human bard and mariner, master of the weaponized sea shanty. Oh, it'd be alright if the wind was at our sails. Tayland is a man slowly being consumed by his own faults. He drinks far too much, and has quite a ruthless disposition against those he dislikes. But he still tries to do what's right when he can. As for his goals, well, I'll let him tell you. Oh, me name is Tayland Wavesinger, and I quickly tell to you of a man that I am a-hunting across the ocean blue, with power over the sea and sky. Believe me when I say that when I finally find the bastard, it'll be his last day.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man. Down to a sunless sea.
Torque is a Tortle barbarian, presumed to be the sole survivor of the Loggerhead tribe. Even by Tortle standards, Torque is a taciturn individual, never deigning to use 5 words where 2 will suffice, and as such has been less than forthcoming in sharing his personal history with his compatriots. What is known of Torque is that he was discovered on a remote island by a passing merchant vessel, having apparently been marooned there for some years in the wake of a shipwreck which destroyed the rest of his tribe. It is for this reason that Torque holds a special reverence for Desfuna, goddess of the ocean, whom he believes spared his life in the ocean storm that decimated his kin. Having spent the better part of a decade in near total isolation, Torque is unfamiliar with the ways of the modern world, and his social skills are somewhat lacking. It is perhaps for this reason that he has chosen to align himself with allies who are blessed in the gift of gab, as he continues on his pilgrimage, the destination of which is unknown even to himself. Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I am not a professional voice actor or performer by any means. However, I do have a serious passion for tabletop RPGs, and I hope that you enjoy this upcoming game as much as we're going to enjoy playing it.
So the mimic that was under the bed just devours the 4 of you.
Oh,
Man,
I think we only just started recording that. Can we walk it back to the start of the mimic fight? I don't think
right.
we were recording for most of it.
Shoot.
Okay, everyone back to ones.
we'll just retcon and say
Let's-
that the
Let me just wipe away the tears 1 second.
mimic wasn't there.
Let me just check my script to remember where we were at.
The mimic was a mimic. It was a fake mimic, so it was like pretending to be a mimic, but not. So then it was actually just a bed.
There's an
I've
imitation
been missing
mimic.
I've been missing my
Imitation
line cues all day.
Line.
Okay.
Reverse mimic. It was a simim or kimim. All right, you've managed to rest. Paige on watch the entire time. Didn't see anything. Just continued to hear noises from down that hallway.
Hearing stuff from down the hall, purple glow from runes in front of some of the doors.
Nothing, no creatures or entities or otherwise approached or entered that room during that time, however. And that dragon egg is still outside the door, just pulsing away. Now that you're feeling fully refreshed, as an hour will do.
Apparently.
What's the plan?
I guess deeper in.
Yeah.
Seems probable that we'll probably find Eddard down there. That seems to be where things are pointed.
Yeah, what do you figure he's up to?
So
Nothing
as you step out of the door to begin approaching the hole that you'd found, you see Serena, aka Valencia, just leaning up against the wall outside the doors,
Ah, Jesus, another one of the evil veils. All right, get ready, guys.
covered in scrapes and cuts and blood. You've never seen her this worn and tattered. Like she's looking rough. And she's got like dirt like smeared across half her face, and you can see some blood mixing in it as well. Now you can see part of where her kind of like where her hair is back here that's actually been matted a little bit from blood. And she just kind of leans there, and she doesn't even like, you guys step out and she just kind of like casually looks in your direction, but she's just staring at the egg. What the hell is that?
It's an egg.
A dragon
Big
egg
egg.
specifically.
An undead dragon egg.
Yeah. We've tried to move it. It doesn't want to be moved, and I get the sense that if we do, something disastrous is going to go off, like it's
You can always
trapped or
blow it
something.
up. I can take all this gunpowder that I have. We can just kind of dump it all over the egg, and then we can throw some fire at it.
Where's the false priestess?
Well, little bits of her are over there and over
Yeah,
there. And
over there and over there and over there and all over
Melted.
there.
Good. Well, the riots have subsided for now.
That why you're all scratched up and dirty?
That would be from the undead that broke through the gates of Hightown.
And the people of Tyr, how are they doing?
Well, as soon as they realized that there was a more imminent threat, they became less interested in burning buildings and more interested in turning back the nobles who drew their ire already in life and became fixtures of wrath for them as they took out their anger on the undead. Unfortunately, some townsfolk were lost. Managed to hold the gates again, barring them up with whatever we could find. They're sealed in again, but it was strange. It was almost as if something enraged them or sparked them to attack, I'm not sure. Don't like any of this.
Timing wise, would that coincide with our fight with Danica or with our fiddling with the tapestry and smashing the statue?
Seems to coincide with Danica's death.
All right. Well, your worshipfulness, the bed's warmed up if you want to head to, take 5, and we're going to go, I think, kick Edward's butt. Is that the...
Worship? What are you talking about, worship? What is...
Sorry,
I'm tired.
Your Honor, Your Highness, what do you prefer these days?
None of the above.
I mean, you're gunning for the big chair, right? So I figure...
No. I'm
get in on the ground floor.
I'm not.
Maybe we should.
To rule. I never have had any desire to rule. I don't want any of this.
Huh. All right, then. Well, we're going to go kick your cousin, brother, uncle, that guy's butt.
My brother, but from what I hear, he's not actually him. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's all very confusing. We're not really sure what's even happening anymore.
We're going to go kick a butt. It may have once belonged to your brother.
That's a fair way of putting it. Talk, do you have a moment?
Of course. Let us move out of earshot for a moment.
Hey, Flick.
Oh, I'm on it.
Valenta turns and looks over you like... Shakes her head.
Hey, how you doing?
Tanshu does not fare well. She's alive. I'm not sure how long she'll stay that way.
I see.
Whatever it was that hit her, there seems to have been more to it than just physical damage. We've been unable to wake her. Millie has her secured away, hidden for the time being. I'm not one to mince words, Talk. I don't know if she's going to pull through. I thought you should know that.
If we are unable to save her, we have at least seen to her being avenged. And I'm sure that it was not lost on her that she may become a martyr for this island. Whatever physicians we have, tell them to continue to care for her and monitor her as much as they can. Maybe Jesuna has one last miracle in store for her, or perhaps not, but either way, we should continue to do our part.
Never know what the gods are capable of, even in death. I'll send word. I don't think it's such a good idea leaving this, that's a dragon egg, isn't it?
Most likely, yes.
And you're all going spelunking somewhere below. Should somebody be watching the egg?
Probably not a bad idea.
Are you volunteering?
Well, I have no desire to go back down below, as it were. I have some wounds of my own to tend to. Sure,
When
there's probably
we
some healing salves or something around this. This is a temple, right? There's got to be something up here. Take a look, but
when we arrived to this place, the Priestess Danica was working on some sort of ritual to hatch the egg.
Lovely.
This tells me that it was of value to her and her plans, and by extension, Edward Vales. In the event that we don't return from down below,
Destroy the
it
egg.
would. Oh, not what I was going to suggest, actually. I was going to say that taking the egg hostage might buy you some time against Edward's forces.
That's a
After
good
all,
idea.
chances are, even in this state, it's still of some value to him, so it would give you a much needed bargaining chip should we fail. And
Fair enough.
if it comes to it, then destroying the egg wouldn't exactly be a bad idea. But for now, I think we need all the leverage we can get.
Understood. Well, in that case, Captain,
Yeah.
permission to
Poach the egg.
volunteer the remainder of our crew to join me in guard duty.
Yeah, go for it. Not a bad idea.
All right, we'll babysit little dark scales here, and you go have your fun.
Before Torque leaves, he will turn to Valencia and say, before I go, I do have one last question for you.
Yes.
Just to settle my own peace of mind. What emotions stir within you if I were to mention the name Umbra?
Umbra. Umbra is anathema to what my order stands for. He is the opposite of order and death. True death. Right.
I'm not
Natural
asking.
death.
I'm not asking about your order. I'm asking about you.
Mm.
Well, my feelings are mutual with the order. I oppose Umbra with every breath I have in my being. We seek out the undead. I'm curious as to the reasoning of your questioning, but there's no love for Umbra within me. That much I assure you.
I'll explain further upon my return, but for now I'm satisfied. Until I get to the bottom of this, the less you know might do you some good. Anyway, as you were.
Flick was watching that whole
I've heard that
exchange.
before.
I can't. A Torque just looks over his shoulder and says, Valencia, with all due respect, you can't be the only one with secrets.
Yeah, of course not.
And
I don't begrudge
then
you them.
Torque will return to the group and get ready to make the descent.
Dragon race, but yeah, Telly baby.
Can I throw an insight? Because I was watching that whole exchange and I would love to know. 14, not great. Kind of a tweener.
Hard to pick up everything. There was definitely when Torque mentioned the name Umbra, like there was a genuine like scowl, like her face just kind of like a distaste, a displeasure at that name. It's like basically it's like what emotions come to mind? You say Umbra, and she was like,
all right, so it wasn't a hey, I've been caught kind of look. It was a
seemed pretty genuine. Yeah, she seemed to generally be like,
yeah.
It was like a ew, not but like more severe.
Before we head down, Dinar, assuming the room is symmetrical, would like to check behind the tapestry on this side of the room to see if there's another room behind it.
Use a stick this time, eh?
That's a good point, actually. I think Dinar is probably going to try to find something from the other room where he can inertly touch the
Sure,
tapestry.
there's enough
and move
things,
it.
yeah.
Or Torque will hand him his trident.
There
Sure,
you go.
that works.
Peeking behind this tapestry seems to be similar to the one that was less like hiding and more just like covering, like just to kind of the ugly doors
Yeah, it was decorative.
don't really suit like the chapel like decor, so they put something up to kind of block it.
Okay.
And behind it there is another set of double doors.
I will try the doors.
Unlock.
I will open the doors.
Okay. So pushing open the doors,
Oh boy.
you see a
Oh.
chamber of sorts with another tine of a trident. There's a dais with two glowing weapons, two items placed on it. There is a statue that appears to be a sort of half humanoid, half fish, not mermaid, but more almost like shark-like, holding a trident in one hand. Very similar of a lot of the symbolism you've seen of Desfuna. And then just a stone door leading elsewhere.
Okay. Dinar will try the stone door.
Okay, it's unlocked.
I will open it.
You will open it and you will find a dorm room of sorts. It appears to be a room for lesser priests or acolytes, servants in the temple sort of thing. So it's got two sets of bunk beds, just a table, kind of common tables, that sort of thing. And there's a door here and another door to the south.
Okay.
Huh. Are we just figuring out what all is in here then? Is that what we're doing, Captain?
Well, yeah, we haven't explored this side. Maybe there's something of value over here, which in that first little chamber there might be.
You didn't see the big glowing weapon there? Or...
Well, yes, that's my point. Yo, Flick.
Yeah,
Well,
Skipper, what's up?
Don't get him to see it. He'll touch it immediately and then be cursed again.
Ooh, shiny. What's over there?
No, stop.
Wait, what? Who?
There is a statue in a classic trap position. We need to check the statue before we walk in front of it.
Wait, you mean this little fella here?
Yeah, that little fella right there.
I'll do a quick inspection of this. What is that?
Give me investigation.
Perhaps I'm wrong, but I feel like Flick is our trap finder.
Oh, I'm totally not.
Oh,
I mean, he's got good perception.
He's the closest we have.
yeah. Okay.
Hey, look at that. He's not good. He's just lucky. 16.
It's a well-detailed statue, nicely made. You don't notice anything. There's no hidden holes on it or trapped like levers or tripwires or switches or. As far as you can tell, it seems to be a ornate, decorative statue
I will.
of a half shark dude with a trident.
That's a weird shark, man. Torque, you follow a funny religion, I gotta say. This is just weird shit.
All of this is news to me as well, I'm afraid.
All right, let's go see what the thing is over here that's all glowy and awesome.
Okay. So as you approach the dais with the two items on it, you see two. And you can immediately tell that these are rare and unique items in that they don't appear to be made out of traditional materials, metal and wood and the like. There is a massive warhammer that almost looks like it was shaped from a piece of coral. And it's got the handle has been smoothed down where it's nice and fine. It's actually got sort of ridges kind of carved where, for the hand grip. but the head of it itself is just thick, glowing coral, and there's actually like bits of like shell and stuff kind of embedded in it. And the back half of it is kind of comes out to almost like a shark fin kind of point, but still with that coral material, but it almost looks like it's meant to look like it's kind of a shark fin. The other one is a blade, but this blade, again, it seems to be made from that same kind of coral material. And the handle on this one is bone. You can only assume it's, whale bone, shark bone, or something that's got that kind of look to it. And the blade itself is jagged and kind of curves out, but it's rough, and it looks like it would never go dull. It's just like this perfectly shaped coral blade. There is an engraving panel that's set on the front of the dais that has two different names on it: Whelming Wrath and Storm's Edge.
Hey, little guy, does Whelming Wrath or Storm's Edge mean anything to you?
No, but don't touch it just yet. It's probably cursed.
Oh, definitely, but we're like holy relics, and I'm gonna my junk will turn black and fall off if I touch it. So yeah, I'm good.
I guess I can attempt a religion check, but I don't think it would probably turn up anything.
For it.
Oof, yeah. Now one for a total of 6.
You have no clue as to any symbolism. I mean, clearly they're important and have some connection to Disfuna, but
based on the design, they definitely seem more Disfuna adjacent than Umbra adjacent.
I'd say that much you can gather, but as to like why they're in here or what the importance or significance of religious purposes are, that's a cool hammer. That's a sharp looking blade. Yeah.
What was the blade called again?
The blade is called Storm's Edge. Thank you. I'll type it up in chat here.
Mechanically, would it be a dagger, short sword, long sword, rapier?
It looks to be a long sword. So you got a warhammer and a long sword. So Whelming Wrath and Storm's Edge.
I mean, if we're going up against Umbra and Triscuits and stuff, you figure Disfuna infused weapons would be a good idea, or?
At any rate, I think that we should hold on to them for now, even if we don't use them. Even if they're not cursed, it would probably be unwise to leave these somewhere where the enemy can get their hands on them.
They already were somewhere the enemy could get their hands on them, and they didn't use them.
Well, they were hidden.
So was the statue.
It's just a nice statue.
Let's
My point being that there's no way they didn't know this was here. Actually, dust,
footprints, marks, tracks, yeah.
In here?
Yeah.
The floor seems to be pretty clean in this section. It's well traveled. It looks like it's been dusted and swept.
Yeah. So it was within the hands of the enemy. They didn't use it, which either means one of two things. Either these are holy relics that they couldn't touch because they were unholy abominations, or even they didn't want to mess with them.
Let's take them with us for now, and then perhaps the captain can identify them when we have a moment of another moment of respite.
Yeah.
Or 3, they're totally decorative, and they're going to shatter the first time you hit something with them. Because they're made of coral.
If they were decorative, they'd be on display, not hidden away.
Yeah, that's a display room to me.
I'm just going to pick them up and then continue about my business, because we have places we need to be right now, and we've already devoted too much time to discussing this.
Right. So Torque, you grab the warhammer and the blade, both made of this coral and combination of bone. There is a bit of almost like a heartbeat from that spark of Desfuna embedded within you that just kind of pulses through you, and you can feel the potential power laying within these two items. You still don't know what they do, what powers they have, but in that moment you have no doubt that these are powerful artifacts.
There are tapestries in here that are not magically imbued, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In the main room? Okay.
Yep.
Torque's going to just rip one of the non-magical tapestries off the wall.
Cool.
And then wrap the hammer and the sword in it to make just sort of like a nondescript sort of bundle. Yep. And then he's going to tuck that into the sort of carrying harness that Flick made for him.
Sounds good.
Let's keep moving then.
Agreed.
All right.
Looked like a pretty good egg cracking hammer, but yeah, let's roll.
Not a bad point.
I already gave Valencia some other instructions related to that, so.
Yeah. I'm not so convinced on that, but yeah, let's roll.
All right, so proceeding down the ladder. Okay, who is going first?
Let's go.
Torque will go down first.
Torque will descend first, followed by...
Dinar will go next.
I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah, I'll head in after Dinar.
Okay. So I'll kind of space guys out that way. All right. I'll bring you to the depths.
Flick, I'll check this door up ahead if you check the
just
one on
mind
the right.
the purple crap on the floor.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Captain, if I might have my trident back, Captain.
Yep.
Torque will take the trident and he'll prod at the sigil on the floor to see if it seems to trigger anything.
It seems to have this kind of wispy, as you prod it, there's a wispy, almost like it's smoke but it's almost got a granular look to it. It's kind of raises up off of it.
Tentatively, one hand on the trident, Torque will just sort of take a knee and just sort of...
Sir, please pick me.
Flick, do you have some knowledge about this?
I believe Flick is a volunteer.
I got you covered.
Everything.
I will snap my fingers and a spiritual mop will appear and start scrubbing the floor. Spiritual swabby is going to start cleaning the deck here.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Okay. It doesn't remove the runes, but it does make them more
polishes them up real nice.
Visible, yeah. They seem to be in that same abyssal alphabet, those same abyssal runes that you.
That didn't trigger anything either, but
no, cleaning it did not trigger it.
Well, I guess that can't be wiped off. Were you about to scrape it off?
I was just going to sort of run my fingers through it and see if that brought any harm to us.
For all we know, it's alarms or booby traps. So,
Well, if it's an alarm, I've already triggered it by prodding at it with the trident. So I just want to make sure this won't try to kill us. And he'll just sort of run the tips of his claws through the smoke.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I have advantage because of danger sense, right? This is pretty much the most deliberate and controlled this could possibly be.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Total of 22.
Ooh, nice. Okay. In that case, You take, so that's half. So you take 5 points of necrotic damage as this sort of like dark, chunky, almost like lightning kind of arcs out of it and stabs at you. And you manage to kind of dodge in time as the rune just dissipates and is now. It's still there, but it's like it's gone inert. Like the glow of it has kind of has vanished, and it's just like a mark on the floor now.
Ah, very
Torque
good.
just pull his hand back and be like, right, don't touch those.
I mean, I wasn't intending to. I usually don't like to mess around with strange magic, unlike some people.
This is a door here then, right?
We got a couple of doors.
That is a
but there's also
door,
the
correct.
Passageway down this way. Maybe we should check out before we start opening doors. Flick, you said there were some nasties down here?
Yeah. Open doors over here. Hearing noise down there.
Perhaps we should go deal with the nasties first.
Probably not
All right.
bad at all.
No objections to that.
All right. So as you guys come to the edge of the doorway there, you see a number of doors that are open along the way here, passages that likely were sealed at one point. Again, 3 of these doorways each have a rune on the floor in front of it. The one at the far end of the hallway seems to have just been, the doorway there is just completely laying broken in bits on the floor. And even as you kind of come into this way, this hallway here, tail end, you just see from the edge of this one doorway, there's a shambling figure kind of just like steps into view.
Over there, a shambling figure.
Kind of a
stepped into
dark,
view.
like a dark aura to it. It's like a dark light, almost like there's like it's and anything else but utter black darkness. Like you wouldn't see anything, but it's like this very faint blackish purple outline, and it kind of steps in, wearing what appear to be like acolyte robes or priestly robes of some sort, zombified. You know, this one seems to be missing part of its hand, and it's just kind of like doesn't seem to have noticed you just yet. You hear another like from down this hallway.
All right. We've got the drop on them. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage. Now, those purple runes in front of the doors there, I'm assuming those are bad.
For us, yes. For them, I don't know.
Well, they are glowing similar colors, so...
If you want to try to lure one across and see how they're affected, by all means. Stealth is not quite my forte, so I'll stay back here until the actual fighting begins.
Well, I can take the first shot if you want. They look like
Let's-
deaders.
Go ahead and see what we can glean.
On your mark, Captain.
Well, it's either you or me. I mean, yours is very concussive, but I don't think either way we're not alerting them, so take a shot.
One steps out into the hallway from the third door
And
down.
I shoot it immediately.
All right, go ahead, take a shot. We're not aware of your presence.
That means I have advantage, right?
Correct. Yeah. Take a
Sneak
shot.
attack.
Well, I wish. Salty air, the salts in the air and the cooling water gathers within the chamber of the pistol, firing out in a devastating burst and slamming into the creature for a total of 4 piercing damage.
So as soon as the shot, you take the shot, it definitely turns. It's got it like one eye is totally missing from this one, big scar running half down its face, have its jaw hanging off, but the one eye is glow with this dark purple energy, and it does look to be some sort of recently risen priest figure, acolyte that's been buried and entombed in these areas. And So that is going to be 4 points of damage. And that will kick off initiative. So
I got him.
What are we all using for initiative? What would you like to do?
Maybe perception, because we're doing like the slow and cautious approach.
Okay, Toric, want to use perception? Go for it.
I think I should probably be using stealth since I just did a sneak attack.
You want to try and be stealthy? I guess it makes sense. You were trying to be stealthy.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Similarly, I was considering slinking a little closer, so maybe I will also roll stealth, as I'm going to try and sort of stick to the walls and not get noticed as long as possible.
Whoa, what the heck? I turned her. It showed empty, and then all of a sudden now it's got like.
I only see Torque.
I know, this is weird. I rolled 20's being strange lately. But
I clicked on the token before I rolled. Does that affect anything?
No. It's just my thing's being weird.
Oh.
Okay, Talon. 8.
I can see Talon.
I got 8.
Okay. Sorry. What? Flick, what were you doing again?
So I'm trying stealth as well. Just
okay.
And kind of big old.
And Dinar.
I'm thinking that Dinar's expecting there to be a lot of undead things come into life, and so Dinar's kind of getting ready to just like unleash a lot of cantrip power. I would like to use Arcana, but I don't know if you're gonna allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's your plan.
That is my plan. Alright, so I click that, and I click that. Wow! That's a 1. Or 9, obviously. But
okay.
Jeez.
So Flick and Torque are tied for first. You guys can choose who wants to go first.
I'll let Flick go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So Flick, you see the creature come out into the hallway. Talon takes a shot.
I see that one. We heard one over here, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to move up until I can maybe see him. That's 15, there's 20. Okay, yeah, I see a couple of them in there.
Oh, goody.
So the light coming off of them doesn't light up the dark. Like it doesn't emanate. It just seems to be this weird aura of almost like a corrupted kind of light.
That seems healthy.
Usually. Undead seems healthy, being healthy.
I mean, fair enough.
So what was that? That was. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this. No. Okay, so I've moved 20. I have 10 feet left. Can I jump to this square and jump over this thing?
I'd say, I mean, physically, yeah.
Okay,
Physically.
that's what I'll do. Kablam. Cool. Now I'm right next to this guy.
You are.
And I will use my action to booming blade him.
Alrighty.
Like so. Roll a natural 1. That's not gonna hit.
That is not going to hit, no.
That kind of sucks. Now, sure, I will bonus action and whip. 18 will probably hit.
18 will hit, yes.
9 slashing damage.
Right.
And there's no light in this room, huh?
Nope.
Fabulous. Well, I'm done. That's it for me.
All right. Torque.
Okay. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, there's more. Can I reach around Flick where I am, or
I guess it would depend on what. Like your maul, probably
the maul?
not.
I'm short.
Maul,
swing
probably
high.
not, because it's more of like a. Well, I mean, you could swing over his head. Yeah, I guess that. Because he is small. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. This is not going to be a reckless attack, and I'm not going to be raging. Uh, 26 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay, just make sure I have rage damage toggled off. So it's gonna be 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I would like to use my. Actually, no. I'm gonna attack again.
A number of its bones shatter as you crunch into its robes.
I'm gonna use my second attack. 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, 13 will not hit.
Okay.
They're not wearing armor, but they seem to have some whatever this aura that's glowing on them seems to be giving them some sort of strength, toughening them up a bit.
Shoot. Should have used my crusher on the first attack then. If I knew that one, I do now. That's all I can do right now. So I'm just gonna stand here blocking this doorway and just kind of like basically preventing the other ones that I can see now from closing in on Flick.
Awesome. As you end your turn on this space, I will get you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
With advantage because danger sense. 13. That's not great.
You take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Ouch. Ouch.
The rune on your feet goes. It kind of explodes and like a dark fireball sort of.
Shouldn't have done that.
And that rune is out.
You were the guinea pig, though, Torque. Now we know.
All right, Dinar.
Not that it's going to change the order at all, but I forgot to add my intelligence modifier because of tactical wit. So it should be a 13 for my initiative, not 9.
Well, I'm changing it. Okay.
Thank you. All right. Dinar is, even with his arcane recovery, still fairly strapped for spell slots. And these things, while they don't seem super squishy, are not worthy of magic missile just yet. So Dinar is going to pull back, well, not pull back, but bring back his hand, and he's going to chuck forward a firebolt, a more powerful firebolt, at the one that's long range down here.
Okay.
So let's make a ranged spell attack. It's a 9 plus 8, so 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, and that's going to do 2d10 because I'm above 5th level.
Because you're spatial.
Because I'm spatial. That's a 7 plus a 4, so 11 fire damage.
Okay. His robes burn off, revealing a body emaciated and like dark ichor kind of pouring out of some of the pussy openings. Like sludge like.
And I think with that, Dinar will come up and stand shoulder to shoulder with Talon. And that's
Captain?
gonna be my turn. Let's take these things out.
All right, so rules. So for this one,
So, for what it's worth, it looks like the runes only damage you if you end your turn on them.
Yeah.
3. This one in the room here with you, Fleck, not the one that you're attacking. It just kind of like, it just like stares at you for a moment, just like. Seems confused, doesn't quite attack you, just kind of like.
What you doing?
Almost seems like it's trying to say something, but it can't. It's like. The one that is next to you is going to make an attack, though. And with surprising speed, as it's just kind of lunging, like kind of there. Its claws lash out. Next 2 claw attacks at you. First one's going to be a 16.
That might hit. Where's my shield? There it is. Yeah, I'll have to shield that one. So, misses.
Okay. And the second one is going to be 18.
So that will doesn't matter what I roll on the shield now. So that misses as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 2. This one comes to Torque and kind of like seems to be curious as it kind of walks up and like looks at you. And does nothing. Just again, almost like he's trying to talk, but like. This one is going to come into the doorway, and this one is going to attack you, Torque. As it kind of.
I was kind of wondering if maybe we could just walk past them all.
Yep.
It kind of like reaches and it seems to like grab some of that like black ichor like sludge that seems to be pouring out of it. It like picks part of it off of its own body and like and throws it at you. That's 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Rage wouldn't have helped me with that anyway.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Those I'm pretty good at. Usually, sometimes. Ooh, not today though. So that's a 13.
So until the end of your next turn, you are vulnerable to necrotic damage. So necrotic does double damage to you until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Well, that's just great.
You see one kind of poke its head out of this door at the bottom here. It just kind of stops. Looks around for a second, kind of looks at the wall across from it. And this one is going to pull some of that sludge off of it. And Dinar, who just chucked some firebolts at it, again with surprising speed and strength, whips a ball of sludgy ichor at you. 15 to hit.
Okay. When we first entered the temple, I cast mage armor on myself. That was less than 8 hours ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would still be less than 8 hours.
So that means that my current AC is 13 plus my dex modifier, so it's 14. So I've just been reading up my character sheet and realizing that I have arcane deflection as a reaction, which I never use because shield is worth more. But in this instance, I don't burn a spell slot for it. So I'm going to use arcane deflection to bring my AC up to 16.
Okay.
And that just means I can only use a cantrip in my next turn.
Yep.
Which is what I was going to do anyways. So.
Okay. So you manage to kind of weave it's not quite shield, but it's more like a redirect, right? Like you kind of, as it's coming at you, just kind of like, I am not the one you're looking for. Like it splatters on the wall beside you. All right. Tayland.
Well, much like Dinar, I'm also feeling pretty tapped out from all the stuff upstairs, but there's a mighty good amount of them over there. I really don't want to start throwing the last of my very, very few spell slots out there, so I could hit them with an AoE, but I'd have to get up there, which I'm not a big fan of doing. I'm gonna be honest. Torque and Flick seem to have things relatively in hand. There is that gap there that Torque's kind of got covered. I am going to send my familiar up to harass the one in front of Torque.
Okay.
And give
Heal one of its eyes.
Yeah, it'll give me the help action so I can shoot it. Oh.
Cool.
We know this at least hurts them. Worth a shot. 24 to hit.
Yes, sir.
And 9 piercing damage.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Why can't I select anything? What's going on?
I guess I should technically have made that attack twice because I had advantage.
There you go.
Okay.
And 9 damage.
And I don't know. I guess use some bardic inspiration, I suppose.
So are you shooting twice there?
Only the once I had advantage. I forgot.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
I only have 3 of those left. I don't think this fight has gotten to the point where we feel like we should start throwing stuff out yet.
Yeah.
So I will hold off on that. I think we're good to. I think that'll be it for me.
Okay. Flick.
I mean, I got a guy right here. I might as well continue messing up this guy right next to me. So start with the old booming blade. Oh, critical hit.
Much better than the last one. Good karma.
Swings and roundabouts.
All right.
Go.
So what's that? That's 26.
Critical booming booms. 26.
Uh-huh.
Dang. Yeah, that did some damage to it.
Beautiful. Then I will follow up with another whip attack. 20 to hit.
Yes, sir.
Another 10 slashing. Does that do it?
Bam. So close.
I will throw in my Fury the Small on that one to do an extra, what is that, level, right? So Fury the Small, where is that? How much does that do? Another 9 damage.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
As it drops, there's kind of almost a look of serenity kind of comes over its decrepit face. It's just like
Not quite a thank you, but a
or like a oh good, I don't have to do this anymore.
release.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see shit in here, so I'm going to now move. Oh wait, there's a guy right there. Yes, I will move to here. Oh, there's all
Okay.
sorts of fellas.
Yeah, they're hanging around. Just a few of them.
And I'm done.
Sweet.
Did you say it was at the end of my next turn that I'm no longer vulnerable to necrotic damage?
Correct. So at the end of this turn, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make one attack against the guy in front of me.
Okay.
It's going to be a 20 to hit, dirty 20.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, so 13 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
I'm going to use my Crusher ability to push him 5 feet away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
And then I'm going to step back. And using my object interaction, I'm going to draw the trident, and I'm just going to throw the trident at him.
Oh.
What's the range on that again?
20, 60?
Okay, so perfect.
20 minimum at least, yeah, for throwing
Okay.
strong is 20, so.
So I'll throw the trident at him with
Dope.
my second attack.
Yeah, 20, 60.
16 to hit.
16 will not hit, unfortunately.
Oh,
Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
Just
I'll just have to try and get that back the next time I'm through this hallway. But for now, I'm going to keep a reasonable distance.
Okay. Dinar.
Dinar is going to reach forward, give Torque a little pat on the back, and say, "Thanks, buddy." And then he's going to gather up a ball of acid and chuck it at these 2 rotting corpses on the side here, because I can now hit both of them since they're within 5 feet of each other. And
Rotting
I'm going
acolyte, not rotting
nice.
corpse, thank you.
whatever rotting thing.
Rotting
sort of-
gentleman.
Rotting
Rotting
gentleman, yes. So this
Okay.
is acid
Something? You don't know.
splash. So let's see. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, so I don't even have to roll. So they both have to make dexterity saves, which I hope they suck at.
Oh yeah, these zombies are amazing at it. Look at that. Look at that 7 and that 5.
Failures for both, so they are going to take the full brunt of this damage, which is 2d6.
Look at them. Look at them dexterous corpses.
Oh, that sucks. That's a total of 5. 5 acid damage. I rolled a 4 and a 1.
This was a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Please
Oh,
tell
yeah,
me you
it's-
didn't just spend a spell slot on that.
No,
Yeah.
that's a cantrip.
Well, yeah, like
That's unfortunate.
that would have been a totally sad damage if it was spell slot worthy.
So they both take 5 acid damage,
Done. Yeah.
and that's my turn.
All right. See, you dropped acid at them. They dropped some flesh. You know,
Yeah.
tit for tat. All right. That brings us to the acolytes. There are 5 of them now. All right. This one is going to fling some sludge at Flick. That's a critical miss. Not one.
I don't even have to move.
Misjudges the distance and it lands like plops in the ground in front of you. Blah!
Barely twitching here.
And just kind of looks at you and goes, "Ah." Ah.
Ah,
The one on the other side of you, right, that is going to claw. 20.
that might cause some issues. Let's see. So 6, my AC is 20, so I will still need to shield, but I can block that still.
So you are shielding it?
Yes.
And
Well,
that's a
that's
natural 20.
kind of hard to avoid.
Ooh.
It's even adjusted to 25 hits, so
Ooh.
18
Dang.
damage, huh?
18 points of necrotic damage. Yeah. I got a full. Oh, yeah. So the set you blocked the second one, and like the first attack, and the second one kind of seems to have a little more vigor behind it. It just rakes right across you. You just feel that like dark energy just like scraping into you. Like, oh, he scraped your soul.
Kinda sucked.
Scraped your soul.
Yeah.
The soul
Or sorry,
scraper.
that's actually slashing damage, not necrotic. My bad. Sorry, sludge is necrotic. They're slashes. So he did slash your flesh, but you felt it in your soul. How about we say that?
What's that?
So the other three, this one's gonna move a little bit forward, kind of ambling forward in curiosity. They just like.
That's when Dinar drops a fireball right here, right?
This one just suddenly seems to just kind of like turn around, just be like, yeah, and just starts walking in the direction.
What?
It's like some of them are not interested and others are.
Flick, this one here, it's kind of looking at you, and you see again, like it seems to be trying to like. It's almost like it's trying to say something.
So comprehend language is still active.
That's long gone.
Yeah.
Galen.
Well, not sure what they're up to, but do we? That's one at the far back. Like he's kind of walking away. Like he doesn't look like he's on a mission or anything.
He just seems to get it kind of be. It's almost like they are sometimes staring at things. Sometimes they notice you're there and attack. Other times they just kind of. I mean, they are mindless. They're just kind of doing. It's confusing.
Interesting. Well, I guess I will continue to pummel this one here that Willie is annoying. Right, these things are taking a while to drop, but at least they seem to be mildly passive.
At least they stay down once we put them down so far.
Oh, I keep forgetting to. Okay, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Aha! For a whopping 3 piercing damage.
Which one are you shooting again?
Oh, wait a minute, that was wrong. Sorry. Should have been 8 piercing damage. Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, you did the one. You did the D6 instead of the.
Yeah.
Sorry, which one? I looked away to the damage again.
Yeah,
That
that
guy
one.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
8 piercing damage.
8 damage. You
8
did it for
damage.
8 damage. All right. Yep. I hit him.
We
Is
need
that
a
for-
faster way to mop these things up. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Mr. Flick, top of the round.
All right, I will momentarily pause here on the rune so I can booming blade this cat. 12's not going to hit
Oh.
shit, though.
Is not.
I will whip him with an 18.
That'll hit.
10 damage to that one. Not enough to drop him. And I will continue forward to not draw any opportunity attacks.
Cool.
And I'm done.
All right. Torque.
Okay. Torque is going to move 15 feet up here. I'm going to attack the one that's just to the right of Flick.
Okay.
Will 27 hit?
Most assuredly.
Okay. So that'll be 11 bludgeoning damage.
You just crumple its torso, just drops to the ground, unmoving.
Okay. This rune here is still active, right?
Correct.
With my free object interaction, I am going to scoop up the trident And then with my second attack, I'm going to throw it at this one to my left.
Okay.
Weird question. When I throw the trident, is it with one hand or two?
One.
Okay, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, you're just right.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
For an underwhelming 7 piercing damage.
Better than 0.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna move 10 feet. No, I'm just gonna move 5 feet back.
Okay. Cool.
Dinar.
All right. Well, I had a moment where I thought I might change my tactic, but then I decided, nope, we just need to keep wailing on these things. So, with the assist from chat, Trillium has decided to help me out, and I am going to throw out, because Tayland is right, we need a quick way to mop these things up. I have a little bit of spell power that I can expel here, so Dinar is going to gather up some magical energy and throw out a magic missile at the farthest target. Actually, I guess the one that, well, yeah, no, the farthest target, just to mop it up. He's going to cast this, yeah, he's going to cast it at 3rd level as well, so this will be 5 darts going out.
Totally.
Spicy.
Spicy. It's not terrible. So that's 3, and 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus 5 is 20.
Pretty
20 damage to the one on the far side.
That's a good hit, yeah.
Not bad. And I think Dinar will slowly start stepping in, so he's going to come in. We'll go 10 foot in.
Okay.
And that will be Dinar's turn.
Okay. Brings us to them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 standing. Okay. So the one that you just attacked, Dinar, it was kind of walking away, and now it turns around like. It's gonna start moving its way back, and it's going to over Flick's head. It's gonna throw a sludge ball at you, Dinar. That's 11. That's gonna miss.
Nice.
Torque, the one in the room, takes 2 steps forward towards you, and then just kind of stops and like looks at you for a second.
In awkward.
It's trying to say something. You get maybe like a syllable. It almost sounds like yes.
In Aquin, Torque is just going to say, "We have no quarrel with you if you give us passage."
I might still have a quarrel with them.
Did you understand what I said?
No.
You don't get to weigh in.
It doesn't seem to understand that. It just keeps kind of repeating this. Gas. Gas. Flick, the one sitting beside you, just kind of turns and like looks at the wall. And this one down here kind of comes and stands towards you. Flick and just looks at you.
These guys are weird. They're creeping me out a little bit.
Kaylin.
Yeah, they're still slightly violent though.
Yeah, let's put these
Slightly.
poor saps out of their misery.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Let's take another shot. 15 to hit.
Negatory.
Yeah, that's. For slow shambling corpses, these guys sure are pretty good at not dying.
Nimble.
Yeah, it's true. And they just need gas. That's it. That's exactly it. Give them some fuel.
All right. I'm not throwing any big spells at this, so I guess I'm done there. I'm just gonna keep shooting at these things.
Okay. Flick.
All right, I will step up. I'm gonna booming blade this really hurt one, and try to not roll in single digits. 16.
Oh,
Just misses.
we need a 17.
Well, yeah, that's why rolling a 7 sucks. I will follow up with my whip and roll worse. Good turn. Good turn. I'm done.
Dork.
Okay.
Actually, I will
Keep
move
this one from.
here just to open up access to the really hurt one.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Dork will move 5 feet forward and then 5 diagonal. I can sort of attack around this corner, right? Is that what we established?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to attack the one above and sort of around the corner from me with just like a horizontal anchor swing.
Okay. Home run swing right here.
Yeah, 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Because Jack doesn't roll below 15.
That'll be 15 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
I'm going to use Crusher to push it 5 feet to the left, so back the way it came.
Okay.
And then is the Triton somewhere where I can reach it, or without disturbing the rune on the ground?
It seems it's like, because the guy was here when you threw it at him.
Yeah.
It's probably like right there.
Okay. Can I pick it up without putting my hand through the smoke?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
It's long enough. It's long enough that you could grab like a tip of it. These runes are like, they're not like big, massive things. So
right.
Yeah, I'd say you can.
I'll scoop it up with my object interaction then. But then I'll just kind of stow it, and then make another maul attack against the. Can I occupy the same space as Willie, or do I have to?
Willie, I think can, because Willie can he can perch on your shoulder. He's tiny.
Okay, I'll move into Willie's space then and attack this one that he's engaged with.
You can't share a 5x5 square with a tiny bird. Then yeah, I mean.
Right. In that case, I'll move up.
What are we even doing?
I'll move up, and that'll be a 28 to hit.
Yes.
For a 13 bludgeoning damage.
On the one below you, I'm assuming this guy?
Yeah. The very same.
Crack.
And I guess that's all I can really do for now. So on to Dinar.
Donar.
So this one that I'm seeing in the doorway here is not moving. It's just kind of standing there looking at us weird.
Yeah, seems to be.
That's the one that was kind of gasping.
Trying to say something.
What Mike thinks. I see Chad is suggesting that they thought they might have heard the word gas. Mike thinks he heard them start to say Desfuna.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is too.
So if it's not aggressive, I'm going to try to finish off at least one of the two that are down there. So Dinar is going to pull back his hand again, pull out a little glob of acid, and throw an acid splash at the same two targets 5 feet from each other there. So they need to make a dexterity saving throw, both of them.
Oh yeah, yep. Skills here. Here we go.
Let's see.
This is really getting at 20s here. Oh, I mean the 16. 15.
Well, the 16 matches, so it saves. The 15 fails.
Who are you hitting? These the.
So I was aiming for the 2. So which one are you saying is the lower of the 2?
It can be this guy. I really don't care.
Okay. So the attack will go to the one that's hurt, I guess.
Sure.
Okay. So that's a total of 5 acid damage on that target. Has he got 1? Oh, come on!
He's got 2 hit points left. He had 7. He had 5. He's like just hanging on.
That sucks.
He doesn't want to die. He didn't want to die.
I think then Dinar will pop up so that he can move up 1 square so that he can maybe take a peek around the corner and keep an eye on the rotting acolyte right there, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, 4 still standing. Okay. Mr. 2 HP is going to go double claws on a green goblin beside him.
All right, bring it. That's
11.
Regardless.
And
that's
yeah,
it.
either way.
Regardless.
Almost like half-hearted. This other one here is going to do the same against Torque.
Those will both miss.
They
Just
their
sort of
hearts,
glance off the shell.
their heart's not in it, or in them. And third, 3 out of 4 that time. Feeling a little bit aggro, so
Whoosh.
that's a nat 20 for a claw attack on Dinar as this one steps in. Dinar, you're going to take 18 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Oh, jeez.
Come on! Ah!
That's 2 nat 20s in a row.
Double crit.
That is unprecedented.
Much less damage the second time.
I want to check the zombie's dice
13.
now, actually.
13. Jeez. Like that's crazy.
And that's the sad part, is that brings me down below half. Just those 2 attacks.
Oh boy.
This one steps closer again, and Dinar, give me an insight check as it's like
it's a total of 6.
you're a little bit distracted by getting your chest slashed open.
Yeah.
I was trying to say something to you, but I can't quite get it. Talon,
All right.
you watch Dinar just like I get like scraped right open.
Yeah, Captain, you may want to back up a bit. I'm gonna try and finish off that one that's barely hanging on.
One little, yeah.
Go for the eyes, Willie.
Mr. 2 HP down here.
Yeah. 17.
That will hit.
Oh, thank the Lord. 6 piercing damage.
Hooray.
As a bullet of salt just slams into its head.
Salt in the wound.
Go team.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I got him.
Good job, Tayland.
Get over here tonight.
Wow, that 18 took a lot more off of your bar than it took off of mine.
All right. Flick, is that it for town?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Guy just in the north of me is getting a booming blade in the face. Hey, an 18. That'll probably hit.
That will hit, yes.
14 damage. Follow up with a whip attack. 28 will hit. Another 9. And I pass the turn.
There you go. Whippity whip.
Whip efficiency. Love it.
Acha.
Whip it good.
Torque.
Okay. Kind of need to get this guy away. I'm going to position myself up here and make a maul attack against this guy. Ooh. Well, that's not gonna hit.
Oh, that one.
We've rolled so
I hit on
low.
my
Oh.
turn.
Yeah.
It's been a very extreme session.
Yeah.
It has.
Okay. Well,
Lots of highs
Second-
and lows. Yeah.
second time's the charm. Or not. Those are both gonna miss.
Oof. Yeah.
1 and a 3. Those are not Jack rolls. Those are me rolls.
Torque will just turn back to Dinar and say, Captain, disengage and fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah. D, me and the little guy got this covered. Just go.
As he cracks open a beer.
Dinar.
We got this.
We got this.
All right.
I feel
Dinar.
like doing that in the hallway too, just like flask. We got it. Let's go.
One-handed with the whip.
Since we finished a long rest, I now have my breath weapon, or a short rest, sorry. I now have my breath weapon back. So before trying to disengage, Dinar's going to attempt to finish off. It's undead. My breath weapon is radiant. Let's throw an undead, or let's throw a radiant breath weapon at this thing. So scales are going to light up, all up to the mouth, and then fire out in a straight line at this target right here that is bludgeoning me to death. So it needs
Is that
to
a bonus
make...
action?
breath weapon is an action. It needs to make a Constitution save, I believe.
Well, that is a total of 3.
So it is going to take 3d6 radiant damage. So it's going to take 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 3 is 12 radiant damage. And Dinar is hoping that is...
I'll just bump that up to 24 there.
And then I suppose... was really hoping that was going to kill it. So Dinar is going to back off. Invoking an attack
Get
of
your own
opportunity, I'm
sandwich?
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It will. That's an 18.
So I'm currently at 14. Given how hurt Dinar is, he's probably going to burn his reaction to shield that. Can I do that? Yeah, because I didn't cast a spell. I did breath weapon, so I will burn a first level spell slot, and I will shield that to bring my AC up to 19. And then I will back off behind Tayland even, right there.
Probably a safe bet.
Finish my turn.
I'd rather have you behind me than in front of me, I think.
Getting pretty hurt there.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Mr. Chatterbox here. Step out into the hallway. Turns and comes towards you, Torque.
Okay. Desfuna?
Pulls like its robes aside, like You can just kind of make out on its leathered, rotten skin what looks to be a tattoo, brand of sorts, whatever, of a trident with a wave at the bottom of it.
Torque will hold up the trident and just kind of holding it with both hands, just kind of like lay it flat at this guy's feet as sort of like a gesture of like, you know, a potential ceasefire.
He just kind of like nods a little bit. This one, noticing that, kind of walks over too and just kind of like looks down at the trident on the ground. Looks to the other one. And they kind of look at each other. They just kind of stop. This one caught up on it is still. And turn and take 2 claw attacks at Flick. 17 to hit.
Maybe. Let's see what the shield has to say.
Come on, shield.
I really hoped that I could convince him to stop fighting.
And a 20.
A 20. Let's see. You know what? So my AC is 20, but I gotta sit on my last 2 spell slots, I think. So I'm gonna soak that one.
Okay. That'll be 9 slashing damage.
All right.
Ayland.
Oh. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo ho ho, and some 9 piercing damage.
Which one?
We're gonna hit the one that Willie's on.
The lowest health.
Yes, I am doing death by 1,000 cuts here. I'm doing my best.
Anything else for Talon?
I mean, I feel like there's way more to this place. I want to be as conservative as possible, I think.
Click.
I gotta scooch up here. Actually, first I'll booming blade this guy. Are we doing flanking for advantage or no? I don't remember.
Yep.
Yes? Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
I will take my advantage attack here. How's a 25 work for you?
That'll hit.
So
Thank
that
you,
is
Brandon.
16 points damage to this one.
Boom.
And
Easy
then I
hit.
gotta scooch up here and do my bonus action whip attack on this guy and hope to take him down. Oh, not with
Ooh.
advantage, so just the 21.
Anyone will still hit.
All right, so I will just.
Not with advantage, just a critical.
Yeah. So just the 10.
That will drop him.
Perfect. Then I will scooch back into position. Or whatever Torque wants to do, whether he finishes him off or talks him down or whatever. This one's still feisty.
Not for long.
All right, Torque.
Okay, so the one that I had the tete-a-tete with, it did not make any attempt to attack, right?
It saw your trident, kind of recognized using Jasfuna. You laid it down, it like looked down at it, nodded at you, kind of smiled, and like.
Torque will turn to the one that he's flanking with Flick, and he'll just say, Desfuna? Desfuna?
He just kind of stares at you.
Can I tell if that's enough to get him to stop fighting or not?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, you just spooned a chunk out of my abdomen. So,
that's gonna be a dirty 20 on insight.
Hey.
It's your death's funeral. 20.
Oh.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to understand. It kind of vaguely seems to recognize the name, but not to the point of ceasing as the other one. It's more just like, I know what you're saying.
Like the last
I
dregs.
might, I might still kill you.
That's a pity.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
whackety whack.
22 to hit.
Nice.
That'll hit. Yeah.
Murderize it.
Okay, so 14 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
And I'll make my second attack as well. Ugh.
17.
17?
17 is exactly
17
what you
hits.
need.
Wow.
That is their AC. Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be another 8 bludgeoning.
That will drop that one.
Hooray.
All right.
as-
And I'll look over my shoulder at the one that I parleyed with to see if he's upset that I just smashed his friend.
Doesn't really seem to have any connection to that. It's looking down at the trident and kind of looking at you. Guys. Funa.
He's gonna turn back to Dinar and Talon and just like hold up a hand and be like, Don't attack this one just yet.
There's a cutlass swipe or an ounce of what?
I think this one is not hostile.
Okay.
Just let's see how this plays out.
Torquet slowly raises a hand, sort of a non-threatening manner, and like kind of pokes at your chest.
Torque is just gonna have his hands raised.
That's fun.
He's looking for your
Yes.
tattoo, buddy.
That's Funa.
Either that or he smells the marbles that aren't yours.
He kind of turns, shambles back into the room, stops halfway through the room at one of the sarcophaguses that seems to be like broken open. He kind of turns and like beckons.
All right, but if this is a trap, I'm going to be seriously upset.
Get in. It'll be fine. I promise.
I'll look over the zombie's shoulder to see what he's gesturing to in there.
I can't see squat in there.
Yeah, neither can I, but hopefully, maybe whatever he's showing me glows.
So there's a coffin right beside it. You can make it just enough that right beside it there's a sarcophagus.
Seeing how dark the room is, Dinar will light up his scales and walk into the room.
Okay.
And there they lay, I damn me eyes.
That's what's your radius on that? 30? I forget what I gave it to you. I know I made it, but I don't remember all
it's a
that stuff.
10-foot radius. That's not that big, but
It's 5 and 5.
It's still enough,
Still.
yeah.
Bigger than 0.
So on each sarcophagus, you can see that there is a a marking indicating, who's buried in each one. Most of them, it's hard to really read what they say, but each one is marked with a symbol of Desfuna, giving you enough of a picture that these were faithful. These were, servants in the temple, priests, priestesses, acolytes, that were buried here as opposed to the crypts in town because of their faith, as it were. And it kind of pulls its robe again open and goes, and it seems to be trying to communicate something to you, but you can't quite.
Does anybody here speak rot?
Orc will just sort of gesture to his own chest and be like, yes, Desfuna.
It's pointing to himself and gives you pointing into the sarcophagus. And he walks back over to the doorway where that rune is on the ground and points down on it.
Does the sarcophagus have a name?
Hard to read. You can try to piece it together. It's scratched out. But as he walks over and points at the rune on the ground that was glowing purple, he kind of points down and looks up at you and is like,
yes. Why don't you stand in that and tell me how that feels?
I believe what he's trying to say is that the coffins here are Desfuna loyals, and the trap outside of the door is by Desfuna traitors.
Oh.
Not by Desfuna. Look, how important do you guys think it might be to hear this guy? I can make it so we can communicate.
He's a zombie that can talk. That
snap.
seems pretty significant already.
So
I think we should hear him out.
Okay. Dinar is going to spend his last 3rd level spell and cast Tongues on the zombie. Because Tongues grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says. So I feel like it makes the most sense to give that to the acolyte, because then at least we can hear and understand it, right?
I would assume so.
And suddenly, I say,
yes,
crap.
absolutely.
What's going on here?
Yes, I'm rather pleased of you to have solved this problem for myself.
What do you mean you don't understand what I'm saying?
The other option, if I haven't cast it yet, the other option is that we do have Mr. Sparkles. We could resurrect this guy.
Let's try.
Why don't we do tongues first?
Yeah, let's try that first.
All right.
Would
I
probably
agree.
be best.
Okay.
Not that I'm trying to give away our free Get Out of Death card, but
You've been doing nothing but trying to give away our good.
That's also true. That's also true. Okay, so you're using
I'm gonna use tongues on this speaking undead acolyte.
You're going to
All right.
use tongues on the rotting flesh.
You're gonna, yeah, no, it just gets sexier and sexier.
Yeah, it's nope, let's just nope, let's just leave that one there. Let's just let that one die. You see, kind of look at you for a second, like, I can speak.
Yes. What you have to say, it'll be much easier for you to say it now.
I understand. Cantic.
Hello, Cantic.
Thank you for not trying to kill us.
Yes, we rather appreciate that.
Our choice to attack. Magic. Raise us.
Yeah, well, that'll happen.
Our faith still little.
Even in undeath, you kept your faith to Desfuna.
She'd cry.
That is admirable.
I would assume at least until their brains rotted to the point where they couldn't really do it anymore.
Well,
He's there. She's pointing to you, Torque.
Yes,
Ow.
he is the pregnant one.
I really wish you wouldn't describe it that way.
That's why we do.
Sorry, you're with Goddess. That's much better, right?
That's actually
Again.
a kind of a good question. Is there a way we could explain this that a zombie would understand it? Because I feel like
Likely not.
I feel like there isn't.
Targus is going to point to his chest and say, Desfuna is in here. She is with me.
And with us all. No, wait, no.
In a literal sense.
The goddess is inside all of us,
Uh-huh.
but mostly Torque.
Yeah, praise be, et cetera, et cetera.
He can't take. He points down like to the ground. He seems to be emphasizing like below. Evil.
Oh, yeah.
You find. You stop.
Well, we've had pretty good track record so far.
We will.
Cantic, do you know, is the evil below Umbra? Or is the evil below something much worse?
Umbra raises undead. She did this to us. You stop it.
I mean, this would explain where all the undead are coming from.
The goal would be to stop it, yes. The evil that has raised you seems to have spread much farther beyond
Can we
the walls of the temple.
understand that from what we're getting out of this, that if we stop whatever evil is down there, all of the undead will stop? They'll go back to being just plain old dead?
Or undead? Where?
In the secret tunnels south of town.
You mean other than the ones that we just made dead again? The re-deads?
Well, yeah, here, south of town, High Town is full of undead as well.
Oh, and also don't forget the teeming
New?
swarms within the waters.
new and like Umbra. You stop him.
We will.
You know, I'm not much of a fan of this Umbra
Dead
fellow.
will rest.
Yeah, he just seems to be raising the undead, making them do stuff, you know, enslaving them, enthralling them. I'm not into that. This Umbra guy.
I rest.
Well, we can help you with that right now.
Let's take
Not
his
you.
advice and stop Umbra.
As Tony said, he points to you, like,
Not you.
he points to Torque.
I'm pretty sure I can make it fairly quick
You.
and painless.
What? You want me to stop Umbra? You want me to
Well-
stop his followers?
He wants you to put him back to rest.
Give me back to rest.
Wants an honorable death. I think you can hand him that. Right, little guy.
Please.
He just kind of stands back, puts his arms down.
Very well. I'll try to make this clean.
Should we do some kind
As
of like
Torque
last rites or something?
Torque reaches up to his back and says, I think I may have something in mind for that.
Mm.
As he pulls out the tapestry wrap bundle that he had before, and he'll unfold it and draw Storm's Edge.
You see Cantic's eyes just go.
Just gently putting a hand on Cantic's shoulder, Torque will just push him down so that he's taking a knee, almost like a knighting ceremony.
Mm.
One knee breaks, it cracks as he kneels in.
Oh,
Mm,
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Obey. It's okay.
Your devotion to this Funa has been noted. Now, I wish you a deep and dreamless slumber. As he raises the sword, and in a diagonal motion, we'll just try to cut off his head.
Clean sweep. The head drops. The body immediately just drops to the ground. And Torque, you feel a sense of almost approval kind of wash through you, pulse through you, that last thread of Desfuna, that spark within you approves of what you've done.
Rather than revel in it, Torque will just take a knee himself, using tapestry, just clean the blade, and then wrap it all back up again.
So as Cantic falls, you put him to sleep once more. Now knowing that there are dark things afoot with Umbra very much involved with Tyr, not just currently, but stretching into its deep past as well.
Did we confirm that Tyr is or Vale is with Triskades, or is it possible that we just got it wrong?
That you're not sure.
Yeah.
But that will be a mystery that you may pursue next time. As that is where we will wrap up this week's session. But as we do so, you will gain a level.
Oh, hot damn.
Well,
10.
well,
Diggity.
well.
Wow.
With the yo heave ho and a fare thee well and a sudden
level
plunge
up
in
to
the sun
10.
swell. 10 fathoms deep on the road to hell.
Many good battles and many moving scenes as well have transpired, so
Mm-hmm.
you have more than earned
Alrighty.
a bit of
I
an
have another
upper.
hit dice in case we short rest again.
So let's go ahead and roll your HP.
Oh, geez. Please give me a
Oh,
six.
Roll your hit points,
Goody.
and then we'll
Oh,
leave it there.
boy.
Give me a
Okay.
six.
Are we doing it one at a time, or
I just rolled.
Whichever,
Alright,
yeah,
what'd you get?
whatever.
I
whatever.
rolled a 4. So
That's not
4
bad.
plus 3, I get 7 hit points.
That's
almost double what you have. It's
Yeah.
good.
oh my god.
I got 14. Yes, please.
All right, let's see what.
Oh my goodness, Torque.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Now I'm going to be awful.
It's like,
One
also
for
got
the
7,
hot
there you
sun
go.
above, 2 for the empire we love, and it's 3 for the fire that burns down below. Roll Northumbria right.
Hey, not
Hey.
bad, not
8.
bad.
So Flick is going level 2 wizard.
Flick is now officially a scribe's wizard.
Hey,
Ooh.
you got a tradition.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
From scrub to scribe.
That's right.
Awesome. All right.
I
So
can throw people now.
with that all rolled, we will pick up next week at level 10 as we delve deeper into the depths of Desfuna's dark
10 fathoms
Stuff.
deep on the road to
I
hell.
missed another
Yo
D in there.
ho ho and a
Um,
bottle of rum.
But we'll pick it up there. So thank you everyone for watching and joining along with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you check out our link tree for all of our socials, and we will catch you next time. Have fun, happy gaming, and stay safe from this Funa's enemies.
Stay safe
Sure.
from Umbras.
Wind at your back, lads and lasses, wherever you
Yeah.
go.
There we go. All right. Night, everyone.